Yeah, I'm open for everything.
Start recording this. Okay, admit all.
I'm just changing rooms.
Hello. Welcome. Welcome.
Jacqueline.
Good
Hello,
morning,
hello. Good morning. Where are you located?
Newcastle, Australia.
Oh, okay. Good morning. Top of the morning to you.
9 a.m. here, Thursday morning.
That's Ireland. Top of the morning.
Excellent. Yeah.
Hello.
Good to see you.
I'll be right back
Hey.
with her.
All right, Jacqueline, I would love to hear about your book, the Breakthrough Leadership book that you have behind
Yeah.
Yeah, I co-authored with Matt Morris and about 28 other leading experts. And he just asked me, would you like to co-author in a book? And I said, yes, because I always love to write something about your life. And I'm chapter 1 in the book, story of my life and the challenges I've had, just sharing with everyone else and helping someone else get through a challenge in life. It's so important.
Wonderful. That's excellent. Oh, you're muted. There you
So that's awesome.
go.
It's important for us to share our stories, you know, and that's kind
It is.
of like one of the things I'll be talking about today is Latara is going to, of course, introduce me, but we're talking about how to monetize your story. Okay. Like, let's tell our stories. Yes, 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 of course. But how are we going to monetize those stories? So we'll be talking a little bit about that today, which is awesome.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
And Lynda's an expert at that.
Yes.
Thank you. Thanks, Alex.
Oh, you're welcome.
All right. Well,
Nikki.
it's at the top of the hour, so I'm going to go ahead and stream live on Facebook. Let me just make you and me spotlighted here. No pressure. Okay. All right.
If you make me a co-host, I can man the waiting room.
Yeah, I made you a co-host.
Okay.
Perfect. Okay. Bonus day with Lynda.
So, bonus day is Wednesday. That's another interesting name for Wednesday. Bonus day.
Every day is a bonus day.
Hey, well, that's true as well. That's true in very many ways.
Yep, yep. Every
And I
day we
love
get an
the-
opportunity. Do what?
That's. I say I love you have blue on as well. You're
Oh,
are good at blue.
thanks. And with my blue
You look
nails.
gorgeous.
See my blue nails?
Yeah.
I'm in a hotel room, in a hotel room right now, and I have this light right in front of me to give me some light, you know, because it's very dark in here, but we'll share why I'm here today.
Your lighting looks
Yeah.
great, by the way.
Oh, it does? Okay.
Yes,
cool, 'cause
it
the
does.
light's coming in from
Looks
the
great.
window there, and all the construction work going on out there. They're building a new building right next door.
Lovely.
All right, here we go.
Okay.
All right, here we are. Here we are on the bonus day of Author Equals Authority Summit. I am here with the amazing, wonderful Lynda Sunshine West. She is gracious enough to be here with us today, even though she is at an amazing event already. She's at the Secret Knock. Would you like to tell us a little bit about what you're up to there?
Sure, it's an amazing event. It's really hard to explain what the event is all about, but it's a 3-day event. It's called Secret Knock. It's called Secret Knock for a reason. They don't tell you who's going to be here or where it's going to be held until about 2 or 3 weeks before the event.
Oh, wow.
Today, actually, some of you may remember a TV show back in the old days called The Munsters with Eddie Munster. He's actually one of the speakers that's going to be on today. I only found that out because I saw him walk in the room. Otherwise, I wouldn't have known that he was speaking. But there's movie stars, there's multimillionaires and billionaires that get up on stage to speak, to help us to grow our own businesses, our own lives. You may have also heard of a book called Men Are From Mars, Women Are From Venus by John Gray. He was the last speaker that actually happened right before lunch. And he is, I gotta tell you, he is hilarious. He was so funny. I can't even tell you some of the things he talked about. But really, it's about, again, about helping us to up-level our own minds. And I love hanging out in this space because, you know, I'll get into my story in a little bit, so never mind. It's an amazing event. You should be here. Latara?
Exactly.
Sorry, I was trying to multitask. I was streaming it onto the
Don't do
Facebook
that.
group, everything
No
while
multitasking
I was
allowed.
talking to you. All right. Well, some of you may know Fari is not able to be here today because she got COVID, and that is why Lynda is taking the wheel and helping us with the grand finale of the Author Equals Authority Summit. So thank you again, Lynda, for being so awesome to jump in last minute like this and provide us with even more value. So I can go ahead and start the presentation if you like.
Yeah,
Because,
introduce me maybe a little. Or
yeah, well, I think everybody knows how awesome you are, but Lynda is a 22-time number.
22. That's
22 times. I got the number right. Okay. #1 international bestseller. And she is the CEO of Action Takers Publishing. And she has multiple collaboration books that have gotten to the bestseller as well. And she is going to tell you all about how to monetize your book, because just relying on the royalties from the sale of your book is not exactly the way to look at it. There's a lot more to it than that. Would you like to say anything else before we get into the presentation?
Let's get into it. Let's just
All right,
get into it.
fantastic.
Woo! Awesome.
Perfect.
First, thanks everybody for being here, supporting Latara on this journey, Author to Authority Summit. I know many of you have been here. Maybe some of you have been here every day, and some of you have been here many days. I saw several of you when I presented the other day. So today's topic is going to be a little bit different than that one. That one was how to the 10 ways to become a best-selling author. Today we're going to be talking about how to monetize that, because being a best-selling author is really awesome, and that's really cool. It adds to your credibility, but there's also that next step is how am I going to make money? There's an investment of time, energy, effort, and money that goes into publishing a book. So how can we make some of that money back? How can we make all of that money back? Or how can we make and then some back, right? So let's work on that today. So we'll be talking about 10 ways to monetize your book. And there are more than 10 ways. These are just 10 of the ways that we're mentioning. We're going to talk about briefly today. We have a short time for the presentation. I know the woman that was scheduled to speak today, she got COVID, and we will be talking a little bit about imposter syndrome. This is something I experience on a regular basis. Here I am at an event today with multimillionaires and gazillionaires. One of them has become a friend of mine, the founder of Priceline.com, that he sold for $10 billion. Okay, so imagine you're showing up to a room like that. I experience imposter syndrome when I walk into these rooms. So we will be talking about that a little bit at the end, and I'll share with you some of the tips that I use that help me to go through those imposter syndrome situations and to jump into it. Like today here, Latara reached out to me. I'm at this event. I'm enjoying myself. I'm having a blast. I mean, it is so much fun. I'm making incredible connections. Being able to talk to John Gray, the author of Men Are From Mars, Women Are From Venus. Just being able to talk to somebody like that is such a fascinating opportunity, because how often does that happen? So anyway, when Latara reached out, I said, yes, of course, because I'm always up for sharing the knowledge that I have and helping people to up-level themselves. And that's the space that I hang out with, and which is so awesome. And I'll share before we get into that, just a little bit about my story. Is I wasn't always this way. I grew up in a very volatile, abusive, alcoholic household where kids were better seen than heard, where I was stupid and ignorant. My voice didn't matter, sit down and shut up. all these different things that were said to me. And what's fascinating about being at Secret Knock is I'm meeting a lot of the same people that grew up in the same types of environments. But what they did is they said, you know what, screw you. I don't believe you. I don't believe you. I'm better than that. There's more for me out there. They didn't let what those people said direct them. So what I'm noticing is that since the vast majority of them were like that, what was it different about me? Why was it that I allowed what those people said? My 8th grade math teacher who said, you should just quit at math. You're never going to be any good at it. And so when I think about those types of people, like I quit math because she told me I was never going to be any good at it. So what was it different about my life and who I am that made me say, okay, I believe that all those negative things about myself, as opposed to those people who said, no, I'm not going to believe in that stuff. Like the founder of Priceline, Jeff Hoffman, he talks about how he grew up in an environment where his mother always told him, you're never going to have this, you're never going to have that, because we're poor. This is the way we live. Poor people, they're always going to be poor. This is the life that he grew up in. But he said, you know what, to himself, he said, Mom, watch me. Just watch me. I'm going to do something different. And he ended up becoming a billionaire. And so my point here is that if we don't know what's going on in somebody else's life. When we look at them, we see where they are today. We don't know where they came from. So we might look at me and say, wow, 22 times, #1 international best-selling author, and think, wow, that's amazing. Look at her. But see, I wasn't always that way. So we all can achieve so much more in our own lives if we strive for it, if we want to, if we have a goal, if we have a vision, and if we, most importantly, if we take action. Because we can desire, manifest, pray for, and you say, I want things all day long. But if they're staring us in the face and we don't take the action, nothing is going to happen. And so Action Takers Publishing is actually stemmed from the event I'm attending today, because I found that the people at this event, they're massive action takers. I've been attending since 2015. I have not missed a single event. They're 1 or 2 times a year. So I've attended several of these, like 14 or 15 of them. And by being surrounded by these action takers, I realized that that was what was missing in my life. I wasn't an action taker. Well, I was an action taker, but I would take action and I wouldn't finish. I was a starter, not a finisher. So I took action, but I didn't know how to finish. These people taught me how to do that. And the reason I'm sharing that today is because oftentimes what's holding us back is that we don't know steps to take. We don't know the final steps to take to finish. And that's what I needed in my life. I needed those people that could teach me how to finish. I didn't grow up in that environment. I grew up in an environment that complained about everything and didn't take any action to change anything. So changing my mindset has been an incredible journey, and getting to the point where I can stand before you and say, as of today, 100% of the books that we have published, there's been 14 of them so far in a year and a half. Every single one of them has become a #1 international best-selling book. And that was through the process of connecting with these people that I know that have helped me to see myself differently, who saw in me what I didn't see in myself, and who lifted me up and are carrying me with them. They're like, let's go, Lynda. You just need to do this one step. This is what I love about what we do here at Action Takers Publishing, because it really is about lifting others, it's about helping them on the journey, getting to them to that place that they want to be in relation to the book publishing. In addition to that, we help you to get your voice out there, to be seen and be heard. We have many opportunities for that. And this is, again, what I love about this is that I'm able to take what I've learned from these people that I've learned from, and I'm able to impart it to my environment. The people who are coming up with me, they're like, I want to be there, Lynda. Maybe you don't want to be a 22 times, #1 international best-selling author. These are my goals. Like my goal is 100 by 2020, the end of 2024. So I've got my work cut out for me. Will it happen? Yes, of course it will. I just believe in it that it will happen. So what we're going to talk about today is monetizing your book. And you've put this work into it, whether you're in a collaborative book where you have one chapter, or it's your whole book that you've written yourself, or you've had a ghostwriter write it for you. There are ways to monetize that book, to monetize that chapter. Just recently, as I was at the event today, there was a gentleman who they asked him about a book that he was in, And he so proudly mentioned, I co-authored a book with John Gray, and it's called XYZ, for example. I don't remember the title of the book, but he was so proud of that. And then he was able to monetize that. So today in some of, Latara is going to show some slides. I'm going to walk through those. I'm going to share with you just briefly how you can utilize these different tips to monetize your book. So Latara, if you can go ahead and share the whatever it's called. I want to call it PowerPoint, even though it's not a PowerPoint. Usually like Canva point, I guess, nowadays. I don't know what it's called. But so what's showing here is Latara is going to bring up the 10 ways to monetize your book. And I'm not sure what happened in that second slide. I'm on my phone and I think I got in there and touched something. So you can go to the third slide. Yeah, I don't know what happened there. So how to monetize your book. Oh, back to number 1. There we go. Nope, number 1. The other way. Your other left. I think you could just left arrow. Let's see here. She's got it going on. So how many of you, if you can just share in the chat, how many of you have written a book or have been in a book? Let's see. How many of you written or been in a book? Just going to share. Yes, co-wrote. Awesome, awesome. I love it. Neat. Yeah, Nikki was in the most recent book that we just published called Women Transforming the Landscape of Science and Tech. Congratulations, Nikki. She became a #1 international best-selling author. So not yet, but soon. Awesome. Christine, yes, co-authored. Fantastic. I love it. Into with Lynda. And more to come, right, Alice? Awesome. Alice, you spelled your name wrong, just letting you know. Okay, Latara, do you have the presentation?
Yeah, for some reason it wasn't in presentation mode. It was in play mode. So I
Oh, so you
resized
couldn't go
it. So
backwards.
let's try this again.
Let's try this again. Let's try this again. Again, I'm working off on my phone. I could share my screen, but I couldn't figure out how to do everything on it, being on my phone today. Let's see, we got that. Okay. We're getting there. We're getting there. So I will share that, making money is one of the things, making money from your book is one of the things that I find to be very challenging for a lot of authors. They write the book and it's not like the field of dreams, write it and they will buy it, write it and they will come. And so what happens is they get stuck in the marketing aspect. When we're talking about monetizing your book, this is through marketing. We do have to push it out there to let people know about it. As far as the book goes itself, making money from the book, the royalties are minimal. They are minimal unless you're John Gray and you have written, Men Are From Mars, Women Are From Venus, and then his second book and then his third book, like they all make a lot of money because he's got a marketing system in place. But when he first started, he didn't have that marketing system in place, and he had to come up with different ways. I mean, he had to come up with ways to monetize his book, but then how do I sell the thing? So it really is through our marketing. You can go to the next slide, Latara. And it probably slide 3. Yeah, because that one, I don't know what happened there. Okay, so here's one of the ways is you can host a book signing event. So you have your book. Even if you're in a collaboration book, you can do this as well. You host a book signing event, and a book signing event does not have to be at a bookstore. So I'll share a story. Sally Green, she is our vice president of author development. She and her friend decided to host a book signing event with one of the collaboration books that they're in together. And they just went to a local coffee shop, in town. And they were like, okay, we'll get some flyers. So they created some flyers, put them in the coffee shop. They hung a couple of them around near the coffee shop so people would see them. And then they ended up, I think they bought 20 books each, and then they sold something like 25 books that day. So it wasn't a lot of money, but it is a way to make money. They sold the books for $25 each, and they got them for, I think it was $9 each. So they made a profit of, was that $16 per book. So that's one way that you can do it. I'll come back to any questions later, but yeah, go ahead and put those questions in the chat. That would be awesome. And so hosting a book signing event can be anywhere. Do you have you could do it at a senior center. If your book is something that's going to help, seniors, you can do a book signing event at a senior center. So really think about along the lines of, who are the people that my book is going to support? Who are the people that are going to want to read my book? Who are the people that my book is really going to help? And try to think like outside of the box of where you can host a book signing event. Of course, the more people that are at the event, better. So if you could host an event, like let's say there's an event that you attend, maybe with, I'll just throw like the Rotary, for example. You attend a Rotary event once a month, and there's 40, 50 people there. Just reach out to them and say, hey, I've got this book. It's called, it's called this. And I was wondering if I could host a book signing event, at the next meeting. Just reach out to people. The worst thing that can happen is, the worst thing that can happen is that they don't respond. That's the worst thing. They can totally ghost you and never respond. So the second worst thing that can happen is that they say no. But here's the thing. Here's the thing about the word no. If we don't ask, first of all, the answer is already no. But even more important, if we don't ask, we have decided for them. We've decided that the answer is no if we don't ask. So just put yourself out there and think about, like, where are some places that I could do a book signing event, 10, 20 books, 30 books, however many books that you want to bring to the event to sell them. And you can sell them for, just as long as you sell them for more than you paid, you're going to make some money, even if you mark it up only $1. But it's really about getting yourself out there and getting your message out there. So go to the second slide, please. So number 2 is to, start a podcast or be on a podcast. A book is a great way to get yourself on a podcast, because whatever that topic is, and in that book, so as we talk about, Nikki's book, she's, women transforming the landscape of science and tech. So this is women and this is tech related. Because it's women and tech related, it's going to be easier for her to get on a podcast or a show when it's a podcast or show that's related to the STEM or STEAM areas and women in that particular area in particular. So she can say, hey, I'm an author in this book, #1 international best-selling book. I'm looking for opportunities to share my message on podcasts, or on your show or whatever it is. And you just reach out to them. Again, if we don't ask, the answer is no. If we don't ask, we have decided the answer is no for them. Starting your own podcast. So we'll use the book that's showing here on the screen here, Women with Healing Gifts. This is a book that's going to be launching in the next, I think it's 3 months from now. This book will be launching. And so if what we could do with this book is, if one of the authors wanted to do this, I say one of the authors, because this isn't something we do as publishing company. We're not, healing gifts isn't our thing, right? Our message in particular, but we publish the books because it's in the personal development space. And so one of the authors could say, hey, ladies, let's do our own podcast. They could do episodes with the authors in it, and then they can invite people from the outside as well to be interviewed on that podcast. But it's a great opportunity for that book to get its message out there, but also the connections of the authors. Now I'm working with the other authors in the book. So collaboration books are an amazing opportunity to do collaboration, right? It's really about collaborating with each other and thinking, what are some things that we can do as a whole with the book? Now, if you're the one that wants to head up something like that, like is it in this example, starting a podcast with a collaboration book that you're in, this is awesome, because you will be seen as the authority of the authority, because you're the one who's creating something for the other authors in the book. So Latara, next slide. I feel like I'm on a game show or something. Speaking gigs, the opportunity again to, being that authority in that space, you're the authority on the topic. So this one, Embrace Courage. This book was all about, men and women who have been through fearful situations, and they broke through those fears that they had, and they embraced that courage within themselves to come up and shine, shine the light on themselves. So it's a, very moving book with all these different chapters in it again. And the men and women in this book have opportunities to speak about fear, to speak about courage. Nikki's in that book as well. That's right. Thank you, Nikki. And, so to speak about courage, to speak about fear, and, how can you help other people move through those situations? So thinking about that again, about like, where can I speak? What's a group that could really use my talk? So when we talk about courage, we all have fears. Every single human being experiences fear. at one time or another. I actually interviewed a gentleman, his name is, I can't remember his name off the top of my head, but the TV show that was made after him was called Scorpion. And he has an IQ of 160. So I was like, hey, Walter, do you have any fears? And he said, he looked at me and he said, yeah, I have the fear of boredom. And so I realized what he was actually saying to me is he's like, I'm kind of bored with you right now. You can go. So I said, you're kind of bored with me, right? And he goes, yeah, a little bit. So I went ahead and walked on. I found somebody else to ask about, their fears. So there's this gentleman I know. He's a world-renowned bariatric surgeon, and I asked him, so Doc, do you have any fears? And he said, yeah, I have the fear of insignificance. Now my point here is that we all have fears. They're just different fears, different levels. And so what is your major fear? If you could break through that major fear, how would your life be different? So it's kind of thinking along that lines. So with this particular book, I could go speak, to different organizations. Maybe there's a women's shelter, or different groups that have maybe children. If you work with children, this would be, again, a great book that would be a prelude to be saying that I am a #1 international best-selling author, and the topic I speak about is courage. And then this gives you that gateway to be able to speak. So go to the next slide, Latara. Client VIP days. This is really great. So you have this book that you've written, and this is an opportunity for the reader to see that you have what they want. You're the person that's going to be able to help them through that situation, whatever that situation is, whatever your expertise is. Now, by being a best-selling author, a #1 international best-selling author, this just raises your credibility in that space. So with the client VIP days, what these are great for is that you can connect with your clients. You can do 4 hours, 5 hours, 6 hours, do a whole day with them, whether it's on Zoom or it's in person. But again, the book is the catalyst that helps you to get those clients. I myself have hired people for VIP days in order to get, I want fast track. I don't want to take a 12-month course to get through something, or a 5-month course to get through something. I want fast track. So I will always pay extra money in order to get a one-on-one VIP day session with somebody. One VIP day can well over, pay for whatever you invested financially in the book. Single client or a group of clients, yes, you can do both. For the VIP days themselves, though, those are typically one-on-one. I'll give an example. I hired a business coach to do a VIP day with her. And I said, how about we're doing in person, but my VP of author development, Sally, she's in Connecticut. So I said, okay, well, let's bring Sally on. She'll be with us the whole time. And she says, no, we have to do one-on-one with you for the first day, because we did like a first day, and then the next day was kind of like a wrap up. But she can come in on the wrap up. So in that particular situation, that business coach that I hired, she's very particular about her VIP days. We all get to decide what we want to do with this. So VIP days, what I loved about this as far as the one-on-one is I got undivided attention. I wasn't dividing it with a group. So go to number 5, Latara. And this is, to create and sell courses, again, around your topic, whatever the topic is, the book is. This one, intermittent fasting success story. Paige actually has a course that she sells. And by the way, her book, this has been the most fascinating for us as a publishing company, because Paige's book, we published it on May 1st of 2022. And here we are today, March 22nd of 2023. Her book is still in the top 20. So it's been in the top 20 for almost a year, which is so awesome. I'm so happy for her. And people are finding her book because of the topic, intermittent fasting. People are out there Googling intermittent fasting, and they're finding Paige. But she has a course. So in her book, she talks about intermittent fasting. And anybody who goes to look her up on the internet, they'll see that she has a course, and they may purchase that course. Or you can use the book as a marketing tool to tell people about your course. So by creating and selling a course, again, this is an opportunity for you to make money without having to do any work except the marketing. You do have to do the marketing aspect, but you don't have to keep reinventing the wheel over and over and over again. I'm going to give a suggestion on this. is before you create a course, sell the course, sell it first. Make sure that you have a proof of concept that people will actually pay for. Because if people aren't going to pay for it and you spent all that time, money, energy, effort into building the course and they don't buy it, then you've just spent all that energy on something that people aren't buying. So you get that proof of concept that people are like, okay, awesome, I love this, I'm buying. They bought into your course, now go create it. So if you're the type of person, I know there are people who will spend a lot of time researching things, they want everything to be perfect. If this is you, this might not be a good idea for you to do this because it might cause a lot of stress. But I'll tell you what, creating a course before you sell it and then not selling it will create some stress too. So which stress do you want to have? The stress, my idea of this is let's have the stress up front that, oh my God, I don't have enough time to put together the course. I'd rather be in that stress mode than I spent all that time, energy, effort, and money, and I didn't make any money back from it. So you can create and sell courses. So number 6 is create a paid membership site. So this would be something that maybe it's kind of like a course, but your people are paying on a monthly basis in order to be part of this program that you have. You could put something together. This book right here was Escape the Tutoring Trap. This is from our client Kohila. She's actually here with me at Secret Knock, which is cool because I had an opportunity to meet her in person this week. But this book here, it helps it helps teachers to get out of the teacher rat race and to get into their own tutoring, to be able to help people with tutoring kids instead of making money through school. They get to make their own money, have their own business. But she could create a paid membership site where it's like constant support. Okay, everybody, this is a paid site. It's $100 a month. And for this $100, you get XYZ. I'm going to help you to become a tutor. I'm going to help you to learn how to sell the tutoring program, or whatever it is that she's doing with this this particular program here. And so the membership site could really be something where maybe you had a VIP day with somebody, and then you move them into a membership site where they still pay on a monthly basis to get information from you, to have touch base with you. Because a lot of times what we're really looking for is that continual residual opportunities to connect with us. So are we providing these opportunities for our clients? Or are we just giving them something and then when it's done, we're out of the picture? They still need help, but it's ideally if they would get that help from you instead of going to someone else to get that help. So creating a paid membership site, you can do this for free. You don't have to go all fancy. You don't have to go to Kajabi and the ClickFunnels. You don't have to do all that stuff. You can literally do this on Facebook. You can do this on WhatsApp if you're using WhatsApp. You can do this on Telegram, on Instagram, not Instagram, on Telegram. But there are different places that you can create this paid membership site, and it doesn't have to be fancy. When I first started doing masterminding, I used to run a women's mastermind program. I ran it for 6 years. I ran it successfully for 6 years, and I didn't have a website. All I had was Facebook. We communicated on Facebook, and then we hopped onto Zoom once a week and had Zoom meetings. That was how I ran it, and I took payments by PayPal. Like, I made it as simple as possible to get it started. We don't have to be great to get started, but we need to start to be great. So that is just create that membership site if this is something that interests you. Latara, number 7 is sell exclusive bonus materials, such as additional or extra chapters, short stories, or poetry. So you can, inside of your book, you could say, for more short stories, go to and send them to your website. I have some extra chapters that I came up with. Like, let's say you published your book today, and then you learned something more in the next year, which you probably are because we're ever evolving. So you learn some more things. You can add those extra chapters on a website, a place for them to go, and you can either sell it to them or you can capture their email address. When you capture their email address, you have them into your email pipeline, and this is an opportunity for you to share with them the different things that you're working on so that they have an opportunity to work with you more. Because a lot of times, I don't know about you all, but this is how I am, is that when I connect with somebody and they have like a great way of teaching me They have a way, the way they speak, the message that they're getting out there. I resonate with them. They're very authentic. When it's all of these things, I look at that person, I'm like, I want to do more with that person. So you have other people who are looking at you in that same way. So as you may be looking at other people, remember there are other people that are looking at you in the same way. And so we want to give them more ways to connect with us, more ways to work with us so that we can help them on that transformational journey that they're on. Okay, then the next one, number 8, is coaching, mentoring, consulting. So I mentioned about, my business coach. So I have a business coach, and her book just recently launched. It was the Expert Positioning book, and that book is absolutely amazing. So as I was reading through that book, I'm like, oh my God, I got to hire this lady because it was so amazing, all the things she taught me. And it was just scratching the surface. Our book scratched the surface. We can't possibly teach them everything we know, because today I learned something new today as I was at Secret Knock, right? I learned something new all the time because I have my mind open to learning new things. But now we're talking about using the book. So in this book here, Believe All Things Are Possible, this is from Jackie Mott, and she had a very challenging upbringing. Her husband dumped her after 25 years of what she thought was a happy marriage. And so now she helps people through those times that they're going through a divorce, or they've gotten divorced recently, and she helps them through those times, the mindset to get out of the like, oh my gosh, I was dumped, my life is over, into a different mindset. So she does coaching, she does mentoring, she does consulting, she does all these different things to help people move through that stage. Now, if you're reading her book and you're like, oh my God, this is an amazing book, I absolutely love it, and there's a way for people to connect with her because of that book, then this helps them to get into her her sphere of influence and to work with her. You're reading a book, you think it's awesome, you reach out to the person who wrote it and say, hey, can you help me with this, with whatever it is, right? And this is another way for you to, again, make more money than you would with your book sales. Number 9 is, we're getting down to the wire here. So the workshops, I talked about that in a little way in talking about, having a membership site, kind of like the same with the workshops and the summits, the webinars. These are opportunities for us to get in front of people, not to make a lot of money here. You can make some money here, doing workshops. You can charge, I've seen $29, $49, $129. I've seen all the way up to $299 for workshops. Summits, some people do charge for their summits, like Latara's here is a free summit, but then you can upgrade to VIP. And then webinars, hosting webinars, not about the book itself, but about what you do, but then using the book as leverage. You can mention, in my book, Action Takers Who Step Up and Speak Out, we talk about this in more depth, right? So to get people to go buy the book, but then also you can talk about the different programs that you offer. So if you do one-on-one coaching or group coaching, masterminding, things like that, you can mention those in the webinar. Also in the workshop, we recently did a workshop called How to Write, Publish, Market, and Monetize Your Book the Fast, Fun, and Easy Way, which the next one we're hosting actually is March 27th, 28th, and 29th. If you're one of our authors, you get that as a free offering, so please take advantage of that. If you're not one of our authors, that is a $4.99 pricing on that course that we're doing. But we did webinars to talk about the course that we're hosting. And so we talked using the book as an opportunity to move people into our webinars, as well as moving them into our courses and different things that we're offering. Again, number 10 is to start a paid mastermind masterclass. This is really great because you can use your book as a tool, even if you're in a collaborative book. Now, I want you to hear this one really clearly, because this is, a lot of times people don't understand how to utilize, like leverage the collaborative book. It's not only about your story. There's all those other stories that are in there. There's all those other people's messages that are in there. You can actually create a masterclass and or mastermind about the topic utilizing the chapters in the book. So you could read somebody's chapter and say, oh, I really love the point they made here. I love the point they made here. I love this point. So you can think about, like, what are the things that you learned from their chapters? What are the things you learned from your own chapter? And then you can create a whole mastermind about that. So many of you may have heard of the book Think and Grow Rich. or there's the secret out there. Think and Grow Rich. I have seen so many different either book clubs and or masterminds that were created about the Think and Grow Rich book. And then what they do is they go through one chapter at a time. You talk about it, you see how you can incorporate that into your own life. So these are things you can do with your own book too. It doesn't only have to be with, people who've been around for, that Think and Grow Rich have been around for what, about 90 years, 89 years or something like that. It doesn't have to be about a famous book. It can be your own book, because it's what they're going to learn from the book that you're going to help them with, that you're going to teach them. This is what's going to help them to, again, we want to help people move into that transformational stage and help them to progress in their own lives. So those are the top 10 ways, 10 ways right now that we have to present to you of how to monetize your book. And so we go to the last slide there. You have an opportunity, if you'd like to hop on a call with me, if you want to talk about your own book, just go to actiontakersauthor.com, actiontakersauthor.com. To hop on a call, talk about your book idea, or if you want to, look at how you can share your story in a collaboration book. We have many available. One called Never Give Up, that's almost full. I think we have 2 spots left. I'm going to fill those for sure at Secret Knock if I don't fill them here today. But excited to just bring these stories out there into the public and get your story out there, your message out there, and utilize especially if you're in a collaboration book, think about how can I tap into the other people that are in the same book that I'm in, and how can we all leverage each other's names so that we can all make money. Maybe you put on a summit together. These are different ideas of things that you can do to help you to monetize your message, monetize your book. The book is a tool. It's a marketing tool that helps you to get your message out there. So thank you so much for being here today. I feel like I'm in a clubhouse room right now. I got to sign off. Awesome. I see we got Kimberly in the house. Hello, hello. We got Joseph and Christine, Nikki, Martin. Hello, everybody. It's good to see you all. Okay.
Thank you,
Were there
Lynda.
questions?
I know you have like just a few minutes left, but I would love it if you could spend a minute talking about your year of fears.
Oh, sure. I would love to. And in the meantime, if you could, are there any questions that were in the chat? I know when I,
Sure, let me
yeah,
take a look.
I think there was one I saw, but I wasn't sure if it was a question or if it was a comment, like a statement. So I just want to make sure.
Okay. A single client or a group of clients, Joseph said.
Yeah, so I addressed that one.
Okay. And then he made a mention of, in general, if you're selling on Amazon, it is 40% of the sale price. I'm not quite sure I understand. Is it 40% of the sale price, the split for a $15 book, $6 each?
How Amazon works is they keep about 70%. They keep about 70% of the money. So whatever because they have, and it's not like they're keeping 70%. There's the printing and shipping cost, right? So you're going to get about 30%, and it's not an exact science to it, but it averages out to about 30% that you will get. So for a book that you're selling for $15, you might get $1.50 or $2, and that's what you're going to get. So if you think about that, book sales, I got to sell 1,000 books to make $2,000, maybe $3,000. 1,000 books is a lot. The average author sells 200 books on average. Now, we're not talking about the John Grays and the J.K. Rowlings and Stephen King. We're talking about the average. This is an average of all the millions of books that are out there. So you're going to make $2 to $3 a book, and so that's not the way to make the money, unless you're going to sell, tens of thousands or millions of those books.
Okay, cool. All right, so I think that's all the questions. Okay. And yeah, like I said, we're like fighting the clock here. So can you tell us a little bit about your fears and your resulting publication because of that?
Yes, definitely. In 2014, I was driving to work. I was on my 49th job after 36 years in the corporate world. I was working for a judge in the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals. And as I was driving to work, I had one of those moments of how, oh my gosh, like, why am I here? I have no purpose. I have no value. There's no reason for me to be here. All I do is push papers around for a judge. Like, that was my life. That was how I saw my life. And when I got to work that day, it was actually, the answer came. It was in the form of a life coach. It's like, hire this life coach and find out why you're here. And so I ended up hiring her, and I worked with her for 5 months. And it was extremely transformational, those 5 months. But then what happened is I was by myself after working with her, and I still wanted to grow. I still wanted to change myself. And on January 1st of 2015, that morning, I woke up and I said to myself, I have so many fears that are stopping me from living my life. From this point forward, I'm going to change my life, but I'm going to break through one fear a day for an entire year first and see how my life changes, how it continues to change. Well, during that year, I ended up doing some things that I never would have imagined doing. They were never on my trajectory. They were not even things that I even knew about that I could do, because I had so much disbelief in myself. And one of those was to have an opportunity to be in a collaboration book. Now, the book was called Footsteps of the Fearless. My mentor, who became my mentor, was putting together this book. And I said, yes, I'll do it. It was a $6,000 investment. I didn't really have $6,000 to invest, but I wanted to change. I wanted to change the way I was living my life. I wanted to change the way I was showing up. And so I said yes to that opportunity. When an opportunity comes by, how often do we actually take that opportunity? I like to say, see the opportunity, then seize the opportunity. It's in the seizing of that opportunity that something will happen. We don't always know what's going to happen. And I had no idea at that moment what was going to happen. So I was in that book called Footsteps of the Fearless. And at the end of that year, I was done facing those fears. I broke through 365 fears in a row. And my mentor said, you need to write a book about it. So hesitatingly, I wrote a book about it called The Year of Fears. I wasn't a writer. I wasn't a reader. I wasn't even interested in writing. But I wrote the book, The Year of Fears. 3 months after I wrote that book, I met somebody who read my book, and she said, I read the first 14 pages and I already broke through 5 fears. That was the moment that I realized the power of our stories. They're not for us. They're for the reader. They're for the person who needs to hear that message right now. And so I went ahead and asked myself a question. It's like, what am I going to do next? I was in a book. I wrote a book. I'm going to follow my mentor's footsteps, and I'm going to start putting together my own collaboration books. So that was how this whole thing started. Like, I'm going to do this for fun. And it was just for fun. So I reached out to the founder of UGG Boots, the inventor of the credit card magnetic strip, the creator of the Make-A-Wish Foundation, because I happened to meet them at this event called Secret Knock. I reached out to them and asked them if they would be in a book I was putting together, and they all said yes. So I ended up putting that book together called Momentum, published it. It became a #1 international best-selling book, to my surprise, because I didn't know what I was doing. But I had systems in place, and I had a mentor that I followed, and this mentor taught me what to do. And so I took those steps. So after that, I decided, I'm going to do this again. That was a lot of fun. And that's when the next 2 books came up, The Fearless Entrepreneurs and Invisible No More, Invincible Forevermore. Alice here is in The Fearless Entrepreneurs, and put those books out to get together about 8 days apart. They both hit #1 international bestseller status. And I looked at that and I said, wow, this is awesome. I love this. This is so much fun. And I know what I'm doing, and I'm damn good at it. This is what I'm going to do. And I dropped everything else I was doing. I literally called my clients and I said, no more mastermind. Monday's our last meeting. I'm going to refund you any money I owe you, because I'm doing book publishing. And ever since that day that I decided to do that, which was September of 2022 to September 2021, we published 14 books, all to #1 international bestseller status. So when you have make a decision on something you want to do in your life, go all in, put it out there and do it. You got to take that action in order to make it happen. So I'm the result of saying yes to myself, saying yes to others, seeing opportunities and seizing those opportunities. So that's what I'm all about. Like, you got to take action to make things happen. Nothing will happen if you don't take that action.
I love it. Thank you. And just to bring it all home, what do you say to people who ask, well, how do I do this when I'm afraid?
Yeah, my thing here is just to do it because you're scared. So if we look at fear, look at all the fears you've had in your life that you've actually broken through, and think about what was the result you got from breaking through that fear. And were you proud of yourself? Oh my gosh, I'm so glad I did that. Did you meet somebody on the other side of that fear that helped you with your life, that helped you to move into a different space, that introduced you to people that you didn't even know about? Was an opportunity shown to you that you didn't even imagine? This is what happens the vast majority of the time when we break through our fears, even if it's simply, I'm so proud of myself, even just that one thing. So I say to do it because you're scared. Because why would you deprive yourself of being proud of yourself? Why would you deprive yourself of stepping through a door that you didn't even know was there? Like, not about stepping through an open door, no, a door you didn't even know was there. Oftentimes, this is what will happen. It's because I did 365 days of fears every single day for 365 days in a row, that I had the opportunity to meet Jack Canfield, interview stars on the red carpet, become a 22 times #1 international best-selling author, make these connections that I'm making over here. I interviewed the president of Mexico in his presidential suite. Interviewing isn't my thing, it's not like what I do, but I love doing it. And I had these opportunities afforded me because I stepped through that very first door of fear. And I did that 365 days in a row. And I got to tell you, my entire life has shifted. So I'm not saying you have to do it every day, but I am saying that when you're experiencing fear, recognize this is fear. I'm going to do this because I'm scared. Just changing that one word, because I'm scared, will transform your life.
Woo, love it. Powerful. Thank you so much. This was amazing. Thanks again for being here today. I'm hoping that everybody out there listening gets a lot of value out of this. Jacqueline said, as Richard Branson says, say yes to the opportunity, then figure out how to do it. Yes, I love that quote. It's one of my favorites. But just knowing that everything that you want, all of that opportunity is on the other side of you breaking through that fear. So that's
Yeah,
beautiful.
and I'm going to
story.
take that quote I'm going to take that quote one step further, because
Okay.
Richard Branson, he's like this multimillionaire, and I'm not anything like that. But I'm sure from a different perspective is what was the saying again? Take the fear and
say yes to the opportunity, then figure out how to do it.
yeah. So say yes to the opportunity and find somebody else who can help you do it.
Yes.
So much better,
Yes.
so much faster.
Yes.
Because if I'm going to figure it out, it means I got to go to Google, I got to go YouTube, and I might never figure it out. But if I have a mentor and a coach who's already doing it successfully, it's going to help me a lot faster.
Right. Yes. Yes. And in that
tell
vein,
Richard Branson, I upped him.
Yeah, and in that vein, if you're finding that you're beating up against obstacles and you can't get through it, I highly, highly, highly recommend that you take Lynda up on her offer of having a one-on-one conversation with you to see where she can help you out, because she is amazing. She obviously from just hearing her speak, you can probably get that, but she definitely is an action taker, and she will help you become an action taker. So if that's where you're getting stuck, I highly recommend it. And I'll put the link in the chat for everybody who wants to have that introduction with you. So thank you, awesome. Lynda, for being here.
Thanks for having me. And sorry I have to jump, it was a last minute thing. So I do have to jump to another appointment, and I'm excited about that. And we're doing a huge world-class book signing tonight at Secret Knock, and one of our books is one of the featured books.
Oh, you muted.
Someone calling me. I've never had a call during a Zoom call.
Oh.
So just opportunities, working with us, you have these opportunities that show up, and you never know when they're going to show up and what they're going to be, but there will always be opportunities for sure to connect with the people that I know, as well as to help you to reach that next level yourself.
Wonderful. I appreciate you.
They're calling me right now. They're like, get over here.
All right. All right.
Thank you
Take
so
care.
much, everybody.
Have fun at Secret Knock.
Will do. Have a good day. Bye-bye,
You
everybody.
too. Thank you. All right. And on that note, I think we're going to end the live on Facebook and carry on behind the scenes here at the after party. So thank you so much for being with us during this summit. I hope you got value out of this. Please feel free to reach out to me or any of the speakers and take them up on their gifts. And I hope that you are able to use the information here to become the expert in your niche with your book. Thank you and have a fantastic day. Okay, here we are. I can't even get out of this. There we go. I was stuck with the slideshow in front of me. Okay, there we go. Yay! We made it. Let me remove the spotlight here. All right. Well, I appreciate everybody who's been here with us every day and sharing this with their friends. And I feel sad. I feel sad that we have to end it now. Does anybody have any last thoughts? Any shares? Any questions?
I have a quick question.
Yeah.
Did she say she clocked for a judge? Is she a lawyer?
No, she's not a lawyer. She was an assistant, I think.
Oh, okay.
I'm just putting the link in the chat. It's Action Takers Author, actiontakersauthor.com. I believe if you go to that link, you can book a one-on-one call with Lynda. I'm going to put it up in my Action Takers. All right, anybody else?
I have a few sessions to catch up on. So the promotions that have been offered, since I haven't listened yet, are they all till a certain date? Like I know the birthday offer had an earlier deadline. Is anything else have earlier deadlines, or is it all till the end of the recordings?
So now, yeah, from here on out, we had
Good morning.
Yeah, Lynda had the timed offers that were the day that she did the presentation. Other than that, everything I believe is available until Sunday. And if you want to, let's see. Yeah, so if you wanted to join the book writing course, it's actually starting next Monday. So anybody who wants to jump into that, you have that available. And yeah. Yeah,
Thanks.
Kimberly.
Oh, I'm not on mute. So a couple of things. First of all, I want to know, I at some point I was kind of like grousing. That's a good word. Grousing about the whole social media thing and such. But I wanted to share with you, I'm all into the analytics and everything, that today, based on what I've been doing in the last 5 days or so, my impressions on LinkedIn are only down 17%. But I want you to know those are still thousands and thousands of impressions.
Wow.
That I
That's
had.
incredible.
I wanted to say to us, if because I know I've groused about it, that these things that you shared with us work, and I was implementing a lot of them before I got in here, and you reinforced it for me because I had gotten information from other people and stuff. The other thing is the birthday offer was extended. I asked Lynda, I don't know if you all didn't know that. I asked
No,
Lynda,
I didn't even know about that, Kimberly.
I'm
Oh my
sorry. A group of people asked me to ask her on Monday, and I'll also share this for us. I didn't want to ask. Lynda's already picked up from me that I'm not a big asker and that I have some discomfort with that. And so, people asked me, could you possibly ask her, could it be extended because we think some of us weren't able to access it or not because of the turnaround that we learned about it on Sunday and it was up Sunday night and I'm in the UK or different things like that. So I was like, oh, I'm not gonna ask, So I wrote her this email or might have been a DM, but I wrote her this long message and, I don't know that they'll really do anything with it, but people have asked me. And she wrote back and she said, so I put the promo code and the link into the chat here. So she wrote back and she said to me, Kimberly, yes, I will extend it till Thursday night. That was Monday. Thursday night at midnight.
Kimberly.
And I wrote back and I was thanking her profusely, because I wanted these people to have the opportunity if they wanted to. And she said to me, that's the beauty of asking, isn't it? And I felt like that was a lesson. She was providing me with a lesson, an object lesson. And we're all growing. So I'm going to be growing. But no, I'm sorry, I never said anything about it because and I did write the people who asked me to ask her. I wrote them and told them. But yeah, that was Monday. She said until Thursday night, 11:59 Pacific time. So yeah, it's still another more than 48 hours based on my time. And a lot of people, I mean, not 48, more than 24 hours, maybe about, 26, 29, something like that hours, depending on where you're living. Yeah.
Right, right. Well, thank you. Thank you for asking her, because everybody, if you wanted to jump into that and you were regretting it, we still have another opportunity. Thanks to Kimberly.
I'm not asking her. Two people asking me to ask her that. What is up with you all?
But did she not just make it sound like she's only got 2 spots left? Like she may have extended it till tomorrow night, but she's at this event. She said she's going to either fill it here or she's going to fill it there. So I wouldn't be waiting
but she
long
said she'll offer. Remember, the offer could also go for other books.
Yeah.
Because of
good point. Right.
Yeah.
Sorry.
But the other thing about that is,
excellent.
I got a lot of people, quite a few people that came and signed in. So she was already filling this book like Monday. It was okay, but I still think so. There's 2 spots, and if you really want to do it, go ahead and jump on it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she just got off from saying 2 spots left in that book. I don't think she's filled it in 5 minutes or even an hour or something. So yeah, it's really interesting. I think it's a great opportunity. I called somebody, a couple people called me about some other things today. And I said, you know what, I think I have a great opportunity for you. And I shared this with them. And I told them why I thought it would be so important for them to do it. So, and they were like, wow, this sounds really compelling and intriguing for, these reasons. So, I love the concept, action takers.
Yeah.
Well,
and
thank
she
you
said
for being an advocate of action takers. That's really awesome of you that you're taking such an active role in sharing it and extending the deadline for us. So awesome. Oh
Lord.
And she did say she won't ever do that deal again. Like I think it's one thing to say it, but I'm not so sure she sounded as though she might not have truly done the math. She might be faking that, but it was just kind of like, yeah, that is a really big deal. I might not do that ever again. Yeah.
But remember the snafu, Christine. It's just not unless they fix it. Latara, have they fixed it? The snafu is that it's just not for action takers because of the way Lynda put it in. You can sign up for these other books that are in there, and that was a mistake, but she's honoring it.
She is honoring it. Yes. I'm not sure she was able to isolate the coupon for just that one thing. And so the people in the know, like us here in this room, we all know that we could take advantage of that, but I'm not sure if it's common knowledge. So yeah, that's definitely a loophole though.
It just happened that was the best book for me to actually be in, the one she's doing next. So I took advantage.
Woo! Awesome! Yay!
So they're gonna both come out about the same time. I'm gonna be a double, like within
Oh,
a month, like
wonderful.
the
Oh,
potential.
awesome.
Yeah, the potential is that they'd actually both come out within a brief amount of time, like maybe the same
Very
month or
cool.
something. So it's like, if you're
Very cool.
going in, why not just do the whole thing, right?
Yes, yes. And this year you will be a best-selling author. So how awesome of a gift
Yeah,
to yourself.
international best-selling author.
International
That's
bestseller.
right.
Yep.
Mhm.
×2 is the plan.
Yep.
Wow.
But
Wonderful.
once I do the chapters, it's like, well, why would I not do the book? Like it's, there'll be,
Mhm.
I'll do my own yet. I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure.
yeah.
It's just who will be the one to do it and stuff like that. And I was just asking about the Sunday. I literally, like, I took the day off and I absolutely completely forgot about the fact that there was a 6 to 8 o'clock my time meeting. I was sitting eating. I think I was playing games on the computer and I was actually listening to her talking. She responded to a question I had and she was actually responding to me. And I was listening to that at the very same time the meeting was happening. I totally zoned out about the fact. So obviously I just have to listen to the recording and catch. I can't think of her name right at the moment. I know it, but I just can't
Oh,
think of her.
Yvonne?
Thank you. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then last night I got home at about 20 minutes to the top of the hour, like, 20 minutes left potentially if you were even there to the top of the hour or however long you went. I know the other one was considerably longer.
Yeah.
But I had seen 13 clients that day. It's like,
Oh my
as much
goodness.
as I want to learn, I'm going to come in late.
Yeah. Well,
I'm just
I appreciate you being here when you were able
yeah,
to.
I mean, really, I only missed the
No
2
worries.
and a part. I missed a few little portions, but yeah, I really enjoyed it. It wasn't the right, okay, I thought it wasn't the right timing for me, but I still joined. And it's like,
Okay.
I guess it was the right timing for me.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Because I learned so much that I had no clue about a
Wonderful.
bunch of this stuff. And then will you put the link in for, because I don't know if I bought VIP or not. So I
Oh,
guess
okay.
I should actually like I wasn't sure if I could be on this part without having bought VIP or how that really worked. It's just I just used your link and it's like, well, I get to be on here, so I don't know if I did or didn't buy it.
Yeah, just give me a second to find that link.
Yeah. Because with the 2 that I missed, I don't have the worksheets or anything like that. I have to be VIP to get those, right?
Yeah, the worksheets are for the VIP.
Yeah.
My apologies.
No, that's fine. And we have till whatever day you said to do that too.
Sunday, yep.
Yeah, Sunday. Thank you.
Somewhere here. Yeah, so just so there's not just so everybody's not just waiting on me here. Is there any other thoughts from anybody else?
I still have to listen to the beginning of Alice's presentation because I didn't get all of
Yeah.
it.
Oh yeah, that was
Yes,
definitely yeah.
yeah.
You'll love that one.
But
That was a good
I found in all these tabs I have open, I was going to ask you for the link, but I actually found the Journey to Success navigation course, 7-week
There you
group
go.
coaching program. That's the one, right?
Yes.
So, yeah.
A phenomenal content,
Well,
speaking of content.
we talked enough about it that it's like, duh. I just hadn't acted on it yet, but I had
Yeah,
to
no
really
problem.
search. I've got too many tabs here, so.
I think you had too
Thank you
many
for being
tabs
here,
open the
Joseph.
other day too. Yeah.
Oh, actually, I haven't even closed it off. It's the same tabs. Yeah. So it's
I
at
was
some point
thinking
I just have to
possibly.
go through and go, I don't need you. Do the job, move
Yeah.
on. And yeah, no, this is ridiculous. It's far too many. So, yeah, far too many.
All right.
So, okay, I'll nab
Very
that
cool.
one.
Very cool. All
I
right, well,
missed a couple of sessions. I know I missed the one with the lady you put in. I think it's about visibility or marketing yourself. I can't remember, but I saved the link because you sent me to her website or something.
Judy.
What was her name?
Judy. Was it day 3?
Yes, and I missed
Yeah.
Sunday. Sunday was, I just missed it. I mean, I did the live and everything with Lynda. And I'm almost sure I just said I need some time off. I think that was Sunday night.
Got it. Got it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But-
I'll definitely make sure that you get all of the recordings. You'll get the after party recordings and everything. So yeah,
I
I'm
was
just
looking
I'm
at
gonna set it up
VIP.
on a page so it's nice and pretty instead of just, you know, like an email with a bunch of links in it.
Thank you. And the
Yeah.
bonus about pitching, I know I did VIP. I did VIP and I was interested in that.
Yes.
When do we see that, or is it a link we find
Okay.
or something?
I actually needed to confirm with you the date because I'm gonna set it up on my end based on your availability. So if you can attend this Sunday, I'll schedule it onto into her class for this Sunday.
What
Would that
time on
work?
Sunday?
That is a really good question. I want to say it is 3 p.m. Eastern time, but I would have to confirm that.
I'll have to come back. Because I have a 3:30. I go to 3:30 and I'll be back at
Right.
5:30. So
Well, make sure and let me know which Sunday works for you because it's she's opened it up for a brief amount of time on Sundays at the same time each time, but I don't know how long she's gonna
I'll
hold them.
sign in, but I won't stay to it because I do have to, I'll probably get in my car at 3:15. Every Sunday, I just switched to an English congregation from Spanish. So every Sunday I'll be going
Oh, it's
out
gonna
at
be the same
3:30.
situation each Sunday? Oh,
yeah.
okay. Yeah, hers, I mean, you really do want to be there,
Uh,
you know, live
okay.
on the camera. But I'll set you up anyways.
Well, maybe what I'll do is, I know I may try to go to Spanish, which means I'll travel and go at 12:30. So I'll see. You know, maybe, I mean, I'm gonna be honest, pitching, I was interested in it. But I'll just be brief about this quick story. Briefly, I was an entrepreneurship fellow at a university when they decided to go for entrepreneurship. And but I took this women's course, and I want you all, I'm still going to put this in a thing because it's a great resource for women. This women's course was called Dream Builders. And
Oh,
it's
yeah.
it was started in South America, and it's now in 150 or something like that countries, right? And it's usually through the Women's Business Center, and it costs money to take it. But if your business center, a lot of times gets a grant or something. So I was able to do Dream Builders course for free. And it's everything from your concept of your business to stuff I learned some, you know. Oh, it's a lot because there's 13 modules, and you go to class for 2 hours a week. But 13 modules you complete on the side. You have to do those to get through the program. But they then have the or now virtual courses every week for 9 weeks. Okay, the class. At the end of the class, though, I don't know if it's across all Dream Builders, but you have to pitch in order to graduate. And
Wow.
so it was beginning first Thursday in this month, and it was pitch night, and they had put the fear of God in us. I mean, this one particular woman who's over at the center, not our teacher for Dream Builders, but she isn't a very positive person for helping people to not have fears and grow, you know, that kind of stuff. So we're all scared. Well, that you got assigned to somebody to hear your pitch. And so the night when it was happening, I learned that I was assigned to the group where this guy is the new VP for innovation and commercialization.
Wow.
And I was thinking, God, why did this happen to me? Why am I in his group? And so we got into our small group, and they said, who's going to pitch first? Everybody's scared because the way they told us, don't embarrass us, you know, blah, 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 this. And we're all scared. And I said, well, nobody would say they'll go. So I go, I'll go. And so I do my pitch. And he had to stop himself. He started asking me questions when my pitch was over. And he said out loud, I'll have to stop now. because I'm being unfair to the other students. I'll have to stop now with my questions for you. Because he was so excited by my concept and such.
Oh,
So
wow.
class goes on, we finish early, he comes back to question me again at the end of the, before we had to go back to the large group. So I'm scared and everything. And then I said, you know what, I need to go and talk to this man because he said something to me. He said, are you just wanting to do your one-on-one coaching? You want to continue that? Or do you want to work with HR in universities? And so about a week later, I was afraid, I wrote him, but I reminded him that I realized I'd met him before when I was doing this and you were doing that. And anyway, he arranged 30 minutes with me. It went so well today. We talked like old friends for an hour and 5 minutes.
Wow.
And
That's awesome.
I'm saying that there was a real reason I was telling you this. Oh, because pitching. So I've been in situations I have to learn pitches before. So don't have the class based on my availability. I thought it was a grand bonus, but whoever else can benefit from it, I'm sure I could still learn some things too, right? But
Well,
I'm
I'll
not
get
gonna
you
worry
into
about
the
it.
class, and you when you know, however you can show up, I'm sure you're going to get value out of it. So,
Okay, thank you. But
and I can set it up for this
everyone, if
Sunday
you
or
can do
next Sunday,
dream
whichever you
builders,
prefer.
please, dream builders, it's so good for women. Oh my
Mhm.
God, is it some kind of a good thing? So, you know, if we could share that with people, because a lot of places they may be able to take it without cost like I did.
Oh, okay, very cool. Yeah. Well, thank you for that resource. That's great.
And is that .com? Or
I think it
.org
might be
or-
.org. I'll look up the link right quick and put it in
Okay.
our thing. I'll put it
Oh,
in our
wonderful.
thing.
Thank you. All right. Kim is wondering how much it is. Is it is it free based on certain criteria or something, or?
Depending on if you're, it's dreambuilder.org, and I'm going to give the link. If, depending on your local situation in your city, town, or region, it could be it costs about $1,000.
Oh, wow.
But if the local women's center or a small business center got a grant, or from foundations or
I
the
see.
government, they can give it to you.
Okay, very cool. Awesome. Thank you. Wonderful. All right. Well, any other thoughts, last statements, sentiments?
Thank you.
Well, thank you. Oh, and I don't know if you answered, did you say you wanted me to have you sign up for this Sunday or next Sunday for the pitch class?
Either
Would
one,
one work better? Either one.
either
Okay.
one. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, thank you for confirming that. Yeah, thank you, Kim. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your commitment to showing up every day for the most part when you could. We really appreciate it. And yeah, hopefully we'll be working together, because it sounds like a lot of you signed up for the chapters with Lynda, and she's wonderful because I just heard today actually that a lot of the big time publishers out there, they will, they'll launch your book, they'll publish it and everything, and then after about 3 months, they're just like, all right, on to the next. But Lynda really cares about all of her authors. She creates ongoing support. Like anybody who is an author in one of her books, you're in her community for the rest of your life. So and it's just a wonderful place to collaborate with other like-minded people, make connections and friendships, and get support. She's also doing a lot of stuff in the background that she probably doesn't even want me telling anybody about until it's more completed, but I get a little bit of the inside scoop working so closely with her, that she does in the future. She plans on putting together programs so that once you publish your book, some of the things that she talked about today and the monetization part of it, she wants to help the authors with, like creating their courses, incentivizing the books with landing pages with extra bonus material, because she wants you to succeed beyond the book. So
She
Very,
truly
very
does.
nice.
She cares about people.
yeah.
And I can listen to the recording, but I miss what she said. She had something that was coming up for the authors, or like even us newbies, the 27, 28, 29 in March.
Oh, that was
Do you
the,
look at
yeah. So
that?
anybody who signed up to be an author
Mhm.
also has access to the book writing course, which is the 27th through the 29th. Let's see, I wrote down 5 p.m. I'm thinking that that's central. Alice, do you have any idea what the time is on those? Let me see
I
if
do
can
not.
pull it up real quick. Good question.
I would
Let me
think
just
that I'll get an
make-
email about it. I'll message her, I'll find
Mhm.
out.
Well, and that's one of the, just a prime example of what Latara was talking about. So anybody who's been in one of her books can decide they want to take that class again, or for the first
Right.
time, because you're already in.
Right. And it kind of makes sense. It's like, okay, a book writing course. I have to write a chapter. Seems like a really good idea that I try to be able to join some of that. And
Yeah, it's a good
if,
class.
depending, I mean, I literally might have the deadline one ahead of the other, like 1 week ahead of the other week.
Mm.
Like, it's not the most brilliant thing to do as your first writing, but it's
Oh
a
no, you
chapter.
know what?
It's a
You're never gonna
chapter.
feel
Like, it's
ready.
not the book. Yeah, no,
You're
correct.
never gonna feel ready. It's
No.
better to just jump
Yeah.
in and create it as you go, and that's
Yeah.
where the most growth happens, I think.
Yeah.
That
And
is true as well.
I've been so holding myself back for so long. It's just kind of like everything's just spewing out of me at once. But
Yeah.
like I'm starting to do more with video. I think it's just,
Wonderful.
it's almost like, okay, it's just your time. Like, no holding
Yeah.
back anymore. You're going to do a whole bunch of things. And yes, you want to do things well, but you also just want to finally do them. So even with the videos, it doesn't really even matter how crappy it is, just get it out there. And will my chapter ever be perfect? No, it won't. So at least it's going to be done, and probably it'll be just fine or even better than that for everybody else. Might just not be, we'll see. And the nice thing too is they're going to look at it. And if they if they've got suggestions to make, they're going to do that too. So that's kind of neat that if I'm like way off, they'll tell me,
Oh, yeah.
and
Yeah,
it's
for
like, we
sure.
got to do something different. So,
Mhm.
but it just seemed appropriate that particular title, well, first off, the deal, like, duh, you can't beat that. And so it's just like, yeah, but the book she's doing next is really sounding like the title I need to be in. So it was like, okay, that's, you don't know. I've seen a few other book titles going, oh, that would have worked. That would have worked. But some of those book titles are somebody's book. They're not collaborations. What she had in the number 1 to 10, those were actually individual books as well as collaborations. So
Yeah, I
And-
highly recommend taking advantage of the one-on-one meeting with Sally and Lynda, because Sally's really good at helping you with book titles and chapter titles and that kind of thing. Yeah, so I mean they're both really brilliant about helping you with
Mhm.
whatever you're
Mhm.
struggling with if you don't feel ready, or whatever issue you're having. So
And
yeah,
I
so I
have-
put all the information in the chat. It's Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, the 27th through the 29th, 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. Pacific.
3 to 5. Okay.
So that, and then it's supplemented by 3 online courses as well. So
Mhm.
And I'm assuming it's recorded, so if I can't be on it, I
Right.
can still listen after. Okay.
Yeah.
So 3 to 5 Pacific each day.
Yeah.
Okay.
and then
5,
Kim
6,
said, I'm
yeah.
definitely don't feel ready. Hey Kim, mind to talk unmuting for a
Yes,
second?
yes. Hey, yes.
Hey, so what are you not feeling ready about? Are you writing your book or
Oh, yeah, I'm just saying, just
writing a
in general. I
chapter?
mean, I did my chapter, but I have some
Oh,
more to
okay.
do. And I'm like, yikes, I got more to do. I got to think some more. So, yeah, just actually going through the process. Okay, now I need to reframe. But if I can just get in that mode that I was in before, that's all. So I'm thinking what I need to do is just have a chit chat with Sally, and I think she'll get me in the right direction. Because I know with Lynda, That's what happened. I talked to her and I was gone. Like the next night, I just wrote it up and it was no big deal.
She's so good at that.
Yeah.
She's so good at that.
Yeah, so I'm
And
like,
I
either
really
one
do
of them
feel
was
like,
fine.
yeah, I really do feel like if you can be there for the book writing course next week, then definitely take advantage of that, because you're already in. You know, you get it already included just
Right.
for being an
Yes.
author. So
Yeah, I will
yeah,
be
that'll
there.
definitely help.
My husband's birthday is the 28th, so the timing is a bit off for me to sacrifice that, but
Got
we'll
it.
have a conversation about it yet, but it's not the most ideal. It's the evening and he's
Yeah.
on the shift
Well,
that he would be home, but again, I probably could get the Sunday night and then miss the Monday, try to get the recording. Maybe I can listen before the Tuesday night. I don't know, but again, doing the best that I can with it, right?
yeah. Well, being there as
Right.
much as you can will help, and
Yeah.
I believe that she will have access to the recordings for
Yeah.
that as well.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
And then
Okay.
with these like book with Sally, book with Lynda, did you have those ones in the Facebook group? Like honestly, I haven't even visited the Facebook group. Do
Oh,
you have
okay. Let me
those
put them
links
in the
in
chat
there
right
or
now.
not?
Let me put them in the chat.
Okay. And I'm just thinking as well, do you have the promotion though? Like whatever, oh, why can I not think of her name? Sunday night. I've
Oh,
lost it again.
everything, all of the speaker
of
links
those.
and the replays are on that
That's there.
the replay page, and I'll put that in the
Okay.
chat as well. So this is the
So
calendar
their offers
for
are there.
Lynda that I
Okay.
just put in.
Okay.
And then I also have this page that shows all of the replays and the speaker gift links. And I have to update it for today, but other than that, all the other days are updated in there. So that's a good page to go to. So you can
love
go
it.
through them one at a time to
Okay.
watch the replays and everything. Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
Okay.
Perfect.
All right.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
That was so good. So
Awesome.
good. Such a wonderful
Awesome.
thing.
And now that you're all authors in Lynda's world, I'm sure I'll be seeing you.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yay.
And this is
Thank
exciting. I
goodness.
mean, it's nothing like I'm used to from academic publishing and all that. And so it's like so new and fresh for me. So I'm excited to learn.
Wonderful.
Some of the people I've been trying to recruit, I said to one of them, you know what we go through, you know what it's like to publish. We've been published and we publish, and you know what it's like. This is not that process. So I think you ought to see what's happening. I tell them in the modern world of publishing, because academic publishing is so steeped in tradition.
Oh, funny.
Yeah.
Funny.
I'm going to sign off. People are asking me to come into the Hounds of Business happy hour to support these 4 new women authors that are being featured tonight. So I got to go do it.
All right. So the last link is the link for Sally Green. She was the speaker for day 1. She's the Vice President of Author Development for Action Takers Publishing. So now you have everything. Make sure you save the chat. Go to the 3 dots in the lower right corner to save all of those.
They need to create that on the phones as well.
I
to be able to
know,
see.
that's so silly. Yeah, I'll make sure and send you the chat, the saved chats, because I know you've been asking about those. All right. All right.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, ladies. Have a great
Have
day.
a great night.
Thank
we'll be
you.
seeing each other.
We'll be seeing each other. Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. Welcome.
And Latara,
Welcome
I
aboard.
did write you in LinkedIn. It's on my list from early this morning, but I didn't remember again until I came. It's been a fabulous day, but it's been I keep getting to my desk about 2 minutes before this starts every day.
Oh, okay. Well, thank you so much. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to hanging out with all of you ladies, and good luck on your chapters or your books or whatever you're working on.
Thank you.
You're writing.
Thank you so much.
Underwriting.
And pulling
Yes.
it all together.
Pulling it all together.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes. Yeah.
I
Bye.
told
right.
someone I told someone that I saw on Saturday, I said, I'm not even the same person you saw the Saturday before. I said, I am so different from what I had been. And then I
Wow.
shared a few things that I had done. And I said, I'm going to be an author. And at that point, of course, well, actually, I don't know if I said I had been a second, like, so before, yeah. So the next time I see her, it's like, I'm again, not the same person, because now I'm double, you know, I'll be 2 authors and like 2 collaborative books.
Woo!
And then by the time we get the discipline in and the, like the, I don't know what's the right words for what Alice is going to do with me. The form's now hiding under all these other things I opened up. So I have more tabs yet, but I will find it and make sure that I
Okay.
do that. Cause I mean,
Fix it.
it's all the things that we talked about. It's like, duh, of course, it's going to be so important. And I've
Wonderful.
started coming out of my mouth. I've actually been telling people I have room for 20 more clients because I'm jumping up to full time. So I'm literally saying, you know, I'm not just saying 5 or 6. I've the season starts, might be a little bit challenging, but like I saw 13 clients yesterday. I was out and around in different people's homes as well as here.
Amazing.
And today there was, you know, 5, but I also had meetings amongst and and I still have one tonight. So it's just, yeah, I'm just,
Fantastic.
it's just amazing. It's all coming
Congratulations.
together, a whirlwind almost, but it's,
Woo!
you know,
Exciting.
otherwise I
That's
just sit there stagnant and it's like, no, enough's enough. That's,
Yeah.
we're not doing that anymore. And so
Woo!
it's like, oh yeah,
This is your
let's not be
year.
stagnant. Let's
Yay!
just do it all.
Woohoo!
So I'll get to that. And if you're seeing closer to the time and I haven't signed up, give me a friendly reminder because I really need to do that.
Okay. Okay.
But
Sounds
I mean,
good.
it's a matter of I'll spend some time with my husband, then I'll move on to the client, and then it's like, oh, and I'm tired, and then all of a sudden today went by, and I'll add it into my to-do list for tomorrow.
Right. Okay.
Okay,
But
sounds good.
this has
Making a
been
note
superb.
to send you a friendly reminder.
Okay, perfect. No,
We look
this has
forward
been
to seeing you.
superb. The variety is just amazing. And as I said,
Mhm.
I've missed 2, and I missed the beginning of Alice's, and I think someone else's I missed at least half an hour. But I was just looking at the VIP. Oh, and do you have a way of knowing if I did join VIP or not? Somewhere in your back
Oh
records?
yeah. Let me
Okay.
just check that.
Before I go and actually buy
Yeah, are you
again
thinking you
for a
already did
second
it?
time, I don't want it. Well, I wondered if I did, but I'm
Okay.
not sure if I did or didn't.
All right, give me 1 second.
Well, you can message me.
Okay. It'll only take another second. Just
Okay. Okay.
okay.
Do, 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 do.
No, you're not in. You're not in.
Okay. Okay. So then I will do that. But it was no problem with me attending this part, even though I wasn't VIP. I hope.
Oh yeah.
Okay,
I just
okay.
decided
It
to
was okay.
yeah, no, I just decided to have the people on the Zoom stay for the after party because it would be more difficult to juggle 2 different Zoom rooms.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So I
It's
just
all
got the
good.
bonus
It's all
of,
good.
but then I might as well do the right thing and actually join in for the VIP. Plus,
Okay. Well, I
Well, then
appreciate
get
what
the
I
your
can
other-
time
see
with us.
though, well, what I can see too, though, is there's some really key things that, like, for example, the audio stuff. You know, I'm not ready for that now, but there's some stuff in there that I didn't make enough notes. Well,
Yeah,
I don't know exactly what all the note. That would be something that definitely needs to be referenced once I'm ready. It doesn't have a
Right.
bearing maybe on the collaboration books, but when I make my own, that's going to be really, really important. And I think it's really neat that, you know, okay, I don't mind my voice. I know it's very unique. And well, that's what he's saying. That's when you
Mhm.
see my picture, you should hear my
Yeah.
voice. So
Yeah.
you know, I love that tidbit. And then of course, with the conversations that Alice and I and you were having the other time, it's like, okay, that's a given. And then, yeah, with the other, I mean, there's not going to be a lower price for a collaboration book. And the title made sense, you know, for where my
Perfect.
story is, right?
That's
So
perfect. I love
it's,
it.
Yeah, excellent.
I can promote it in the sense of, yeah, my story's in here, or part of my story is in there. So, yeah, and landing pages and all that stuff, you know, I'm not there yet, but within 3 months I am. well, maybe the book only comes out in 3 months, so I'll know how to do my landing pages and then I'll be ready. Well, we've got 7 weeks. You're going to even be doing landing pages then
Right.
too. So I'm
Right.
going to have it coming from 2 different directions
Oh, wow.
and, putting it
Okay.
into my own way. And I'm just forcing myself into, and yeah, I'm going to be full-time, not necessarily all with clients, but everything working towards being more visible and going, hey, maybe I'm the person that can help you.
Mhm.
Come on in, let's meet, let's talk, and let's work together. And so that's what this has been able to help me with. Yeah.
Woohoo!
Excellent.
Fantastic.
Mhm,
I love
mhm.
it.
So, and I
I'm
think
glad we can help
I
you.
didn't write it down. April 7 is when we start. Good Friday, isn't it?
Good Friday. Yep.
Yeah, April 7, and you're the 4 o'clock Eastern, right?
Yes.
Yes.
I think, yeah, okay.
We're both converting in our head for a second. Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, okay, yeah. And then actually I have a meeting before you at 3, believe it or not. So I haven't told my husband yet. I have no shows on the Saturday or Sunday, but my Friday has 3 different things on it because they're all American. See, it's a holiday for us. My husband's home from work. We're off. So it's like, well, actually I have to spend 2 hours in total on the day doing 3 different things. We'll get together otherwise.
Aw.
So anyways, okay. And it was 7 weeks. Okay. I
Yep.
need to get that into my calendar. I almost booked somebody into it today and it was like, no, can't do, well, actually the one before you, but it was just kind of like, oh yeah, I can't move you later either. Cause I'm already booked in there too. So I've literally got 2.5 hours where I will be busy, like right one after the other on a Friday afternoon. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm just not going to be the same person and it's all going to be good. Like, I mean, I'm great now. I'm just going to be even greater.
There you go.
I'm good now and I'm going to be better or whatever. There's always the room for better and better and better. Right.
That's
So,
right.
anyways, I won't take more of your time. This is great. Oh, you've got it for me. Now put it in the very top. Thanks, Latara. No, that's a different one.
Yeah.
Is that a different
Yeah,
one?
it came out differently because the one I sent out before was a bit.ly link. So this is just the actual link that it goes to.
Okay. So it probably will get me to the same page, but
It is
Yeah,
the same.
I'll leave
yeah.
it right up here then. Okay, perfect. Yeah, no,
Yeah,
that's,
and so make sure
yeah.
you save that.
And so if I am correct, she's working with the first 2 and you're working with the next 3? Or
correct.
I,
chart your
Yep.
course and time navigation is Alice, and then you're the other 3.
yeah,
Yep.
but
So
mine-
she's
and
3
you're-
weeks.
3 weeks.
She's
and
3 weeks, and then I'm 3 weeks, and then we kind of bring it all together in the last week.
Oh,
My
okay,
second-
perfect.
My second course is a two week thing.
Yeah.
So we're both doing 3 weeks, but we'll both be there all 7 weeks. So.
Oh, yeah, right. Okay, yeah, you've got 2 things, but yes, you've got a 2 week. I remember now, right.
Yeah,
So you're
yeah.
still doing 3 weeks. It's just 2 different topics.
Right.
And then we go the next 3 with Latara, and that final one is bringing it all, the whole thing together.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah.
Wrapping up and
Sure. Tie a little bow on it and next steps and all that kind of idea
Yes,
of
yes.
Right.
the envisioning of, oh my goodness, this is even bigger. Yeah.
Yes, more expansion.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, world, you can't hold me back now. Yeah.
Yay!
Okay. No, that's wonderful. So I guess I have to say, Latara, thanks for posting it in the Facebook group that you did, because I think that's where I saw it. So
Oh, very
Excellent.
I'm so glad I clicked the button.
cool.
Yeah.
Yay! Awesome. Well, I'm so
Excellent.
glad you were here
Yeah.
with us.
Oh yeah. Well, free
Mhm,
catches my attention, and it was like, I'm not sure I'm ready or not, but I'll try to join in wherever I can. And again, the advantage I had last week was Robert was on afternoon shift, so he wasn't here. So I could attend all of those. It was now this one he's gone to days, so it's like, okay, he's actually at home. So it was the weekend stuff. It's like, okay, I've been gone
Yeah.
all day. I'm home for half an hour. I have a meeting. And then Sunday it was just totally forgot.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, well,
I
I'm
might
glad
have
it
just
worked out for
been
the most
overloaded.
part.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, exactly. So, and I look forward to hearing the interaction and or like the learning and stuff, but there might just be something. I'll take a look at the offers, and maybe I won't listen to everything right now. When I've got the VIP, I can jump in and just at my own pace listen to the others or re-listen. So that'll be
Yeah,
perfect.
yeah,
So
for sure. Yeah,
yeah.
you have until Sunday,
Okay.
so. Well, I mean,
Okay.
obviously, if you're paying for the VIP, then you have
Yeah, then I can just
lifetime
whenever,
access
like,
to it. So
is
it's
is
much
it like
better.
unlimited? Like we've got it for forever-ish?
Yeah, yeah,
Or is there a
Yeah.
time? Yeah, it's not like a year
Lifetime-ish.
or something.
Lifetime.
yeah.
Yeah. It's like
Lifetime-ish.
your
Yeah.
lifetime, the lifetime of that. Someone had said, as long as I live, and I'm thinking, okay, you're that age, and okay, I got it for a little while, hopefully,
Uh-huh.
everyone's business is laid out a little bit differently. Some things do end when the person ends, and other things still continue on because of what they've arranged. So
Right.
yeah, sure. So okay, well, this
Actually, no,
has been amazing.
I thank you for saying that, because I was gonna have a page with all the videos posted on it, but now that you're saying that, I think what I'm also gonna do is I'm gonna put a link to all of the MP4s in a Google Drive, so that if you
Oh,
wanted to download the videos to your computer instead of just going to the website to watch it, then you really will have
Oh.
lifetime access. So yeah.
Okay,
I'm glad you
okay.
mentioned that.
Okay, yeah. I mean, I just have to make sure. I don't have a clue how much space my computer has, but it might be something that I put it onto the other one if it's got a lot more ability than my laptop. So that might be something, just again, a second backup, right? To
Yeah.
have access if in case something would, and because some of that information is not things that I'm going to all reference right away. So, but
Right.
then there's
Mhm.
other things. It's like, I need to revisit that because I know there was some tidbits in there that I want to re-listen to.
You
So
might want to also
not
get
like I
yourself
won't
an
ever
external
have
drive.
information.
They're pretty
I
cheap these days.
Yeah,
And
I need to
I
look at
found these to
that
be
as well.
valuable because,
Yeah.
if something happens to your computer, it's always good to have
Yeah.
a backup.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I learned that the
exactly.
hard way.
Yeah.
My last laptop died and everything went with it.
Yes, yeah. My biggest problem has been the emails that have died, like literally
Mm.
cleaned out my files. Like the only thing that was safe was in the inbox, cleaned out
Oh,
all my
wow.
folders. Yeah,
Mm.
it was a mess. So I've,
Wow.
all those emails that I used to have are gone. And
Mm.
there was some key things in there I wanted, but a bunch of stuff, I don't even know what it was. And now I'm trying to just not even think about what I am missing and just move on. I've probably evolved that much that, going back to revisit it might not even necessarily, it
Yeah.
might have been really impressive at the time, but might not be something I would have truly looked after now. That's what I'm telling
Right.
myself. That's what
Yeah.
I'm telling myself,
Yeah.
just let it go and
Just
move
let it
along. So,
go.
yeah. Well, it happened twice. It really happened twice
Oh
within a
man. Do you have
year and a half
Outlook?
or something.
You have Outlook?
It was, no, it's something else, and it's not on this one. It's on my
Mm.
other computer. I can't think of what it's called. Window.
I always
no.
have. I always use
Yeah.
Gmail for that reason, because
Yeah,
it's always.
no, and that's not what I've got. So there's definitely some different things that I have to do moving forward to protect, at least trying to save the files is what I'm
Yeah.
working on. The emails aren't as safe yet. So,
Mhm.
but today I was working in ChatGPT and the saving things on the side weren't
Yeah.
active. Whether it will create one, it just won't show it. I just copied and pasted and stuck it in a Word doc. It's like, I'm not going to wait for ChatGPT to bring this up again, or the fact that I'm in a challenge and I actually need to create 10 videos in the next 3 weeks.
Oh my goodness!
Little
Wow. You
videos.
really
They were just
are
going, hey, go
doing
into
all out.
ChatGPT and find like 10 tips or 10 whatevers. And then I just
Yeah.
realized there's 10 body systems. I'll start asking ChatGPT, but it's like, I don't know what I'm going to say. I just have to actually do it. I did a 17-minute, it was supposed to be 15 minutes, did a 17-minute video, and I have to find out if I can borrow it or something from somebody else's YouTube channel and put it on mine. But it was screen share, and they're going, no, you want to do a video without screen share. And it's like, well, there's 10 body systems. I can just go through and give some ideas of different body symptoms and stuff. I just have to decide whether I want them to be under a minute, because they're so much more useful that way
Yes.
to put them elsewhere. So,
Mhm.
and then guess what? I might have a lead magnet. It'll be the,
Yeah, there
it'll
you
be the
go.
10
That's
videos.
awesome.
Right.
What challenge is
so,
this, anyways?
This is a challenge that I'm doing in an academy that I pay a membership for each month.
Oh, okay.
And I can tell you privately about it. I don't know
Okay.
if you want it on the recording. But yeah, I'm working with Blaney Teal.
Oh, Blaney Teal.
yes,
Oh, okay, I know
yes.
her. Okay,
And I'm part of
interesting.
her academy, and we
Huh.
got talking about, well, one week we got talking about accountability. So what did we do? We went doing our to-do lists in different virtual spaces instead of me writing on paper or in the date book and then still not following it. At the moment, and Alice, you'll love this. I believe I have 50 some tasks to do yet today, because I
Okay.
forward them at the night over to the next day. So, and then I'm using Amazing Marvin. So every day I procrastinate, I get an exclamation mark. I think one of the tasks is up to 20 of them by now.
You
And
were,
so
yeah.
it's not a real high priority, but I haven't gone erasing them. It's just a reminder of you've bitten off more than you can chew. You need more efficiency, you know, et cetera, et cetera. But we got talking about ChatGPT. We needed a topic, and of course it's a high topic. And so she went after the concept of finding topics. Like you could even have, write me a chapter on this topic. Now, always tweak it, always. But she says, use it as a brainstorm, use it as ideas, and then do your own thing with it. So today we were playing around with the idea of, you know, if we were to do 10 videos, so 10 tips on herbal, why you should use herbal supplements. Didn't give what I wanted, but they started going into some systems and the herbs for it. And it's like, there's 10 body systems. You want us to do 10 videos. Like there's nothing more straightforward than that.
Yep.
And
That's
I might
perfect.
still ask ChatGPT for some information on the body system. But again, it's just ideas, right? So, but I'm in another 30-day blitz with videos, and they had a program today, and he's going, there were a few people that were behind. And he told us right at the beginning, you're never behind. You're just where you are, right? And you know, now if you've got a deadline
That's a
for
good
book,
statement,
that's
because
different.
because
but,
you're doing
yeah.
the work, you're ahead
Yeah.
of, you know, probably 90% of the people on the
Exactly,
planet. So-
exactly.
Mhm,
And
mhm.
he also said life happens, like somebody's son was in an accident anyways, and so she was at hospital and whatever. So she was just asking, well, do I start back at day one, or do I start where I am now? And his suggestion was actually just start with today's date. We're on number 10 or something, day 10. I've only done day one. I really didn't do any of the others, because he's giving us a topic every day to do, and I wasn't resonating properly with them. And I was building up for this week, and now this week, of course, is busy with spring. So it's like, okay, I'm like, last night, it's like, I'm not doing anything video wise at all. I don't care. I'm too tired. And so then it was kind of like, okay, well, just him talking like that today. It's like, okay, I know the tasks we were supposed to do. At some point, I'm going to finally do those. But for those of us that are newbies, just trying to do them. And his suggestion too was create a private Facebook group. You are the only one in the group. You never accept anyone into the group. And that's where you try your stuff. You go live in your
Yeah, I
group to
liked that.
nobody. You
Oh.
I like
post,
that suggestion.
you know, and it's your demo group. Like it's just your practice group. And then I don't know if I can share out of a practice group into another group, but I'm sure there's, you know, different things that I can do. And he also says, your first 100 will be horrible. You
Yeah.
know, just like, so just, it's basically get them out of the way. You know, you'll just get better and better. And it's like, okay. And otherwise, we're just going to hold ourselves back. We're not going to write the book. We're not going to do the daily disciplines. We're not going to do this. We're not going to do that. I'm scared. Do it because you're scared. You know, it's like, that was maybe one of the most powerful things today. It's like, okay,
Good.
well, now I don't have any excuses because you just told me to do it anyways. So
Right.
okay, I can have the excuses, but I have to act anyways. That's the that's the key thing. So I just love how it all built on each other, and
Good.
so much of it felt like it was just for me. I know it was for everybody else too, but it just seemed so timely to, you know, have me come
Yeah.
in and
Yeah.
Brilliant.
experience it all. And so that's why I said it was just perfect to experience it. And I love the variety of what you had for us. was,
She,
because you did make me think about things that I hadn't thought about. Yeah.
she did a rocking
I'm
job.
so glad. Thank you for that.
Mhm.
Christine, one thing I'm going to ask you about your list of 50 things is, do you ever re-ask yourself the two questions, right? Is this still relevant, need to be done? And what
right.
is a date to do it? I mean, is there
Right.
another date that works for it and get it off the
Okay.
list of 50?
I should share with you, I created some tasks as recurring. So when I
Mhm.
didn't do the follow-up today, it and today's follow-up show up.
Okay.
So that's one of the
Oh.
reasons I've got that many. So when I get on the phone and I do 5 follow-up calls, then 5 days, one of them will go away because I
Okay.
did some follow-up.
Okay.
So your point is well taken, but I will probably have to I think what I have to start doing is follow up with this person, the specific person,
Yes,
not general
absolutely.
follow-up. And then it's like,
Absolutely.
oh, I still got to call that person. And I just remembered my day got so full. I know that they know it's a task on my list. I didn't do something for 2 people today, and they both know I put the task onto my phone. So when they wake up in the morning, there will be a fax sitting in the one person's machine, and there will be a phone message on the other person's, so that at least I'm only one day behind, because I was speaking to the person at 3 o'clock
Okay.
yesterday and at 6
Okay.
o'clock at night. But no, I never got to that job today. So when I look tonight, it's like, oh, I gotta do that. I gotta do that. And I went like this, but it's like, okay, oh, let's do that. Done.
Right.
Mhm.
And
Exactly.
then,
As long as you
and
don't
that one needs
overwhelm
to be
yourself.
done. No. And if
Right.
it was overwhelming me,
Okay,
I would have
good.
just deleted them. I really would have but it was kind of like, oh my goodness, at the beginning of the day, I had 60 of them. It's just,
So progress has happened. You're down to 50.
yeah, exactly. I've got less. And by the end of the day, there's some key things that still have to happen tonight. So, I can probably take at least 6 tasks yet. And keep in mind, it is 10 to 8 right now for me. I have a client at 8:30. She's going to be 45 minutes. So I'm still saying, and she's not on a task, like she's just an appointment she's an appointment in
Well,
my book. She's not on my to-do list.
Right.
She's a will happen thing, right? These are the other things that need to be reminded of. You're not consistent about this stuff. And if I really look, the recycle has to be looked after yet before my husband goes to bed, because
okay.
that's on the list, because it needs to be ready
Right.
in the morning for when he heads to work. He'll take it out to the end of the drive with this shift. If it wasn't this shift, it would have to be ready by the time he came home. So he'd put it out at night, because he sleeps in the morning. Right now, there's no sleeping in. The clients are coming in at 9. So I've got more consistency happening here.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'm just amazed at how, as I said to that one person, I am not the same person I was last week. And she's going, what?
Wow.
And I said, oh, and it's a good thing. Like I'm evolving,
thing,
and
yeah.
it's rapid.
Wonderful.
It's, I'm overwhelmed in a positive way. Right?
Okay.
Like
Okay, good.
it's not overwhelming.
As long as
It's
it's a
just,
positive thing, yeah.
yeah, it's just like, oh my goodness, wow, look at me go, look at me grow, look at me
Mhm.
improve, get better. And
Wonderful.
you guys are part of it. Yeah.
Yay! Awesome. That makes my day. I love it.
I was gonna say, 8 o'clock at night is not that late. Back in the old days, when Latara lived in California, it was 8 o'clock at night my time when we started working on stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because
No,
it's only
exactly.
6 o'clock her
Exactly.
time. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I have 2 Mondays a week, 2 Mondays a month. I am in a meeting between 9 and 10 o'clock at night.
Wow.
And on the last Tuesday of the month, I am literally from 10 till 11:30 at night. I'm on a training, planning my brain, planning for letting in the next month, making plans, making room for growth. I don't know what I
Mhm.
did at the end of February, but oh my goodness, whatever that was, I should ask if there was a recording, because I've certainly allowed things in, that's for sure.
That's
It's like,
awesome.
Excellent. Excellent.
I don't remember the
Congratulations.
topic. I don't remember. It's just, obviously it's just come through. There's so much different
Very
things,
cool.
but
Mhm.
it's phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal.
Nice.
So
Yeah.
I'm going to part and spend like at most 20 minutes with my husband before he has to go to bed.
Okay.
No, it's the way it goes. That's why I said maybe on the 28th I will skip that
Yeah.
the course
Yeah.
just to spend some birthday time with him for sure. So
Well, that
For
would,
sure.
yeah,
that's
I think it would
understandable.
be wise. Yeah, exactly.
But you could, yeah,
And-
even if you miss that day, I'm sure you'll still
No.
get a lot out of the other 2 days.
Yeah.
So
The other thing too
I
about
gotta
it
take this
too
call,
is
you guys.
he
Okay.
could come home and be really tired, and you know, even though it is his birthday, he could go, you know, I'm just not really, you know, moody or whatever it is. I'm not birthday doesn't matter, you know, if I want to say it that way. So if that were the circumstances, that would be altogether different, right? And I
Yeah.
will have Sunday, where for the most part I would be available for him. So it could be something that he would just say, you know what, it's no big deal. Turning 56, no big deal. Go do your thing. And, you know, if I maximize that time before it, and then there'll be a bit of time after that would work too, right? So I'll leave that one up to him. That's his decision, what he's going to tell me on that one. Yeah. But thank you for putting this together.
Yeah.
Are there a
thank
lot of
you
people
for being
listening to
here.
the recordings too, I would assume, that can't be on live at all?
I
few?
can only imagine because there was quite a few registrants and there weren't that
Yeah.
many people that showed up on Zoom. So
Yeah. Yeah. Great.
I think they're
So-
all just watching the replays.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that's wonderful. Definitely. So, well, thank you very much. And great to meet you, Kim. So
I was just gonna say, yes, Christine, Christine, it's great to meet you
It
as
is
well.
Christine,
I'm
yeah.
sure we'll be interacting, I'm sure, together. You're in one of the authors, right?
yes,
you have
I took
email?
advantage. I took advantage of the
Never
bigger
give
part,
up.
like the bigger, her amazing deal, the one that dropped,
The
but I'm not
birthday.
doing that course one, the other one with the smaller chapter. I'm
Right.
doing the
Right.
third 3,000, 2,500 words.
Okay, cool.
The other one was just
All right.
1,000. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure. Well, I will see you and we'll get a chance to interact and talk. It's been great hearing you and
Yeah.
all that good stuff. So
Yeah. And if you're on Facebook, you can certainly, I don't know if you can friend me now. I made myself my
Okay.
page. I don't know if it was professional or what. So now all of a sudden I have tons of followers. Like, I don't know,
Hmm.
like, well, I went from
Really?
800 and some friends and now I've got 1,000 and some followers. And it's like,
So what did you
okay, that
do?
just jumped. So
How
I'm
did
sorry.
you change it, Christine? How did you change it? What did you do?
I think it was actually the 3 dots. Let me see if I can figure this out for
Really?
you. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe
Let me
Yeah, 'cause
just,
can
I-
you share your screen? Can you share your screen?
something
Yeah, I
I
would-
learned in my one workshop. Let me find
Yeah, I would
something where
love to do that.
Facebook is
I need
open.
to increase. That would be great.
I'm just going to go to my basic Facebook page. And now I don't know about on your phone, but on my laptop, I think I
Mhm.
have to go to my Christine Lennox. And oh, I thought there were 3 dots. Yes, I have.
Did
Well,
you share
now
your screen?
now I have edit, view tools, and advertise. But there's 3 dots over to the right after I've got posts about reels. Here, let me just see if I can share.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Let's just see here. Share screen. This one. And share. Oh, I'm getting good at this stuff. So this is my, let me just make sure that I save
Oh,
the
I
chat
love
once more.
it.
That is
Your-
nice.
your
So that's my
pages are
spring.
Pretty.
Okay.
Love
And
it.
and this is my AI generated profile picture.
How did you
That is
do
so
that? How did you do that?
I wish I could know off the top of my head what where that came from. Again, you guys should
Wow.
just follow me and then message me and I'll get you the information for sure.
Okay.
So
okay,
if you look here, I now have 1.3 thousand followers. I had the
Wow.
384 following before. Somewhere
Okay.
it tells me my friends. See, there's only 838 friends.
Oh,
But all of a
interesting.
sudden now I have 1.3 thousand followers. Like one, yeah.
Wow.
But over here, see, these are tools I have. See those 3 dots?
Yeah.
And now I don't know, can you see what I opened in a tab or not?
Yes. Yes.
Yes,
Uh-huh.
yes.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
So, oh, but where is it? I thought there was something here that just allowed it to be, I don't know if it was
Oh,
professional or
Maybe
something.
maybe now that you've already converted it, it's not
I
showing
don't
up
think
anymore.
it'll do it.
Oh, yeah.
But if you see the
right.
3 dots,
Mhm.
that's what you
Uh-huh.
do. You click on that and I think I don't know if it's pro or professional or something. It doesn't cost you a
Okay.
cent. But here's the
Hmm.
thing. This one won't work. Here, see insights and ads. Now, I'm not boosting the post, but in this particular situation, 8 people have actually engaged with it. It doesn't even show how many people have been reached,
Okay.
but there's other
Hmm.
ones. Now that one's not. See, it's something about the day that I've done it on. Let's find a different one here. 104 people,
Oh,
impressions and
wow.
reaches, only 2 engagements. But it went
Okay.
through,
Wow.
104 people had access to it. They just
Very
didn't
cool.
like see more, right? And
Uh-huh,
if I
uh-huh.
wanted to boost a post, now if you're sharing memories, you can't do that. Like it won't show insights. But
Right.
there,
Okay.
253,
Oh, very
255,
cool.
28 engagements. And all I said, rise
Awesome.
and shine, it's the first day of spring. But I know how many people saw that. Instead of
Right.
just, there were 15 people, it's
Right.
and some comments, right? And then there's this,
Yeah.
again, no insights because it's a picture, like it's not the same.
Mhm,
Same
mhm.
thing, no insights to show. This is no insights because it's a memory. So they won't show you those because of that. But this morning, that one was 154, 8 engagements.
Very cool.
So as I do a few little business touches, this one was kind of cute. My tablecloth is crooked. 219 people,
Oh, cool.
205,
Wow.
27 engagements in it. I went and took my picture and then I said, and it's crooked. And so I had different comments about different things, right? Oh, this one's really
Yeah.
cute. Literally, I had to post it again. Look at how much the Jetsons had
Ah!
our future
Oh, I
figured
love
out.
Jetsons.
You know, but I mean, that is
Wow,
just
that's so cool.
so like exact into what we've got.
Oh,
So
too funny.
but that's what I did. It was those 3 dots up right here, those 3 dots. And you do something there about professional or something. And then you can monitor and see who's not, I don't know if you can see who, but you can see how many. Well, now I'm curious. Let's go down a little bit further again. Where did I have this one? Had a bunch. So let's see if I can see. Oh, some insights are only available when the total is at least 100. So I didn't know that before this.
Oh.
So some of those others,
Oh.
there weren't 100. So,
Oh, interesting.
but no, I don't think I can tell who they are. I can just tell that they are. And I have no idea what that means, and it won't tell me anything. So that's why I'm not seeing some of them. They're less than 100. But I wasn't knowing anything before I did that.
Right.
So it's kind of cute. So
That's awesome.
but for that reason, I don't know if you can friend request me or just follow me. But if you follow, and almost all my posts are public, so you're not missing, like you're missing not even 5% of what I put out there.
Mhm.
I do it all to public. So if you then have followed me, I'm sure I'll get the messages easier than as if you're just messaging me and not following or friending. So, and I think I'm the only Christine Lennox in the world. I don't know yet, but
Okay.
yeah. So, but for now, that picture's there. I probably won't take that down. Saturday is the earliest, like Friday night would be the earliest I'd take it down, but I think it'll stay just because I'm so in the spring consultations right now. It would make
Yeah.
sense for me to still have that up next week. And
Yeah,
then
and
maybe
it's so
take it
eye-catching
off in
too.
April.
It is.
Yeah.
It really
When
is.
I
Keep it
saw
up
that
until it's no
one,
longer spring.
yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
when-
You got 3 months.
When I saw that one, it's like, that's my spring one. And I literally put it up.
Mhm.
I was still up after midnight Eastern, but spring didn't start till 5 something in the morning Eastern. So it was like, no, when I get up, that's one of the first things I will do.
Mhm.
And
I love
so
how
the
it's
bird and the
coordinated
flowers
with your
was that.
picture too.
Yeah. So the spring, it's something I stole from somewhere else. I never made it.
Mhm.
But the picture, that's an AI one. And as I said, I don't have the notes here right now as to, no, I don't have the notes for what we what specific tool I went in, but it's a free tool and you just take
Wow.
one of your own pictures. I had 3 that I saved from it. And then I put in a different picture and it was interesting, the intensities that it changed on the face. And as it
If
turns
you-
out, I had 2 pictures, they were the same lipstick, but it'd be neat to have different makeup in
Yeah.
something else to work.
Yeah.
If you find the link to the tool, I would love it if you could share that with me.
Okay, absolutely. Oh no, it's
Thank you.
it's
I
here.
appreciate it.
I just have to find it. If I really want to, I'll just ask Blaney and she'll drop me the link and then I'll forward
you
it
go.
over. So yeah, just that's
Fantastic.
why I said just reach out to me, either follow
Yeah.
me or friend request me. I only have 800 and some friends, so obviously I got lots of room for friends. And but yeah, I was just all of a
And
sudden I
somehow
went
even
from
more
800 to
followers.
1.3. It's like where'd these 1300? I was just at
Yeah, that's
800.
surprising.
Yeah,
Mm.
so it'll be interesting to see how it continues. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's great.
Sure.
Yeah, I'm definitely
Yeah.
interested in that AI tool as well.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
that's
and there's more. I also have a tool of 100 different AI related things, but I need to
Wow.
ask the person permission, or I
Yeah.
need you to go to his link to get it. But he
Right.
gave 100 different ones and I've been like on 2,
Wow,
so
that's
it's
fantastic.
and
Very
Latara,
cool.
you would know it's Alex Branning, actually.
Mm.
He's in Platinum Protege. So I mean,
Okay.
he's not active in it, but he's a protege. So it was his something he was offering, and then it was a bonus that I could get
Okay.
when I
Got
signed
it.
up for his class. Yeah,
Oh, cool.
Mm.
Very
yeah.
cool.
What's the class
So I
called? Branding protege?
no, it's Branning Group. It's
Oh.
Alex Branning, like Norman,
Oh, okay. Yeah.
and Alex is Alex. And I don't know how
Okay.
you would get in to get that specific one, but if you're wanting that, again, message me. That'll take me a little bit longer because I need to know if there's a way you can get in and get it. And then you'll be on his list for future
Got it.
things that he does. Yeah.
Yeah.
And he
Okay.
does all
Cool.
sorts of interesting things as well.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Cool.
So I'm constantly learning. The big thing is I'm learning to implement. And
Yes,
that's
yes.
very key. I actually didn't even like the word student anymore because all I was doing was learning. And I wasn't taught that as a student, you take your learning and you implement it. I still was in high school mode where you just learned. And
Yeah.
so I didn't do the college university, but I in life, in my business, learn and implement. And so that's what these first 3 months of this year particularly have been driving home for me, is putting into play the things that I'm learning. And then I'm just experiencing my growth of leaps and bounds. Like, wow, this is huge.
Yeah.
And it's not going to stop anytime soon. Well, it'll never
Yay.
stop, but the leaps and
Fantastic.
bounds growth will not stop anytime soon either.
Wonderful.
No. So that just gives you some extras, and those that are on the VIP, there's some bonuses, and anybody
go.
can reach out to me. It's not just the 2 of you. And again, if you can just follow, just do that. And as I said, and then just message me and I'll get that information more top of mind. But I want to check in with Alex to see if I can share it, or how could I direct them to something of his, so that
Right.
as
No,
a
I
lead
get it.
magnet,
That's
right,
fair.
that you could get it, but then that you'd be on his list the way it was intended to
Right.
be done by
Right,
him.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have no problem with that.
Yeah, exactly. So and again, he's got lots of really good, realistic, simple, as well as advanced ideas of, like, just so easy to work with your business. Yeah.
Right.
So I think
Cool.
you'd even enjoy being part of his mailing list, that kind
Oh,
of
I'm
thing.
sure I will.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. And Blaney, I'm actually planning on having her come on as a guest speaker on one of my next summits. So
Okay. Yes. Yeah. So you'll have to let me know what that summit's all about as well. So
Yeah.
yes. Yeah. No, there's, I love
it's gonna
how,
be about virtual events. So
okay, well, that would make sense. Absolutely. Yes. Yeah. And she does so much with networking. And she does some variety of, her networking is not done through Zoom. her networking is done through different medias. So
Yeah.
it's quite interesting with that as
Yep.
well. Yeah. I'm really enjoying learning from her. I mean, everybody has to find the people that are right for them, but she's seeming to be the right person for me at this time. Absolutely.
Cool.
And I think it'll be for a little while yet, or well, I say a little while. You know, I wasn't sure when I joined how long I would do it. It's going to be a while yet, because what I love about, as we're learning from people, they're evolving too. So as they're learning, we keep learning from
yes.
them, and we're learning because we're learning from them. So there's all this evolution. There's all these,
Right.
all this evolving going on.
Mhm.
And Eric, for example, I've learned from him for a while, but he is changing, and therefore his teaching is changing. And then, but
Yes.
I'm not the same as I was at COVID time, like, or at the beginning of COVID. So it's
Right.
just all of this revolving revolution, ball spinning with control and not so controlled sometimes. And one of the things, I'm still sharing my screen, aren't I?
Yep.
The number one reason why people give up so fast is because they tend to look at how far they still have to go instead of how far they've gotten. And what do I share? And I'm enjoying life and the journey as it unfolds. The scenery's beautiful as well. You know, it's just
Oh,
like, it's a
wow.
joyride now. It's
Does that
not
say,
just, you
are
know,
my
it
eyes
isn't
deceiving
just,
me, or is that say, oh, how many years ago was that?
that was
That says
2012.
11 years. That says 11
Yep.
years ago. Oh my gosh.
Yep. So it was just something, it came up as memories, and it was just like, this is so valid. And then either someone else had it, or someone took that very one of my friends, and I saw that in somebody else's feed today. So I think she probably grabbed it after I had posted it,
Wow.
trimmed it. I at least still gave it as his. Later on, I might take it, or I think what I might do, because I can't see that being something that it would be, copyrighted or anything. I could
Nope.
see making something for myself in the future as mine.
I'm glad that you brought this up, because this is the exact reason why I was saying, when you do a meme like this, a quote with the imagery on the background, always put like your link or your name or your company name or your logo or something about your brand to tie it back to you again. So that's exactly, thank you for that example.
It's, I
Real
think
world
it's just,
example here.
no, and I think what I have to do too is I've taken some where they really are other people's. I've copied them myself, and then I post them out instead of, because I might not know who they are and I don't know where they took it from. There isn't something extra on the screen, so I truly don't know where it needs to be credited. And I think this is where in the future I'm going to have to take some of my own pictures, Canva, make some stuff that they're mine in some way or another. And then I don't have to worry about, who did I take this from? Or if I'm in a book, and I mean, like, I'm looking through a book and here's a quote and here's the person's name below it. Okay, when I take that quote, I'll put that name there. And then if I really want it tied to me, I'll put my own Facebook page on there, not too low that it can be cut off. Figure out a way that it can still be you. Or if it's truly mine, then I want something where it can't be cut off. So it's still identified as me.
You can always do a watermark.
True. And I haven't learned how to do that yet. So I'll have to ask about that some more in the future. Yeah.
Yeah, no,
So
but you're right.
you.
You're on the right path there with, creating your own branded quotes. That's a perfect idea. I love it.
Yeah. And sometimes
also,
they
I wanted to
say,
say, go ahead.
Use your colors and stuff, like, use your brand things. Yeah. I'll stop sharing though. You don't need to see anymore, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did want to say something about your video plan that you have going on. I'm surprised that Blaney has some, that's Blaney's program.
Well, it's just actually, it's just literally something she's going, hey, we all need to do this. She needs to do it herself. And so she's going, well, let's just create we're going to create videos. We're going to create 10 of them. And the point is to post one each day. And this is all something that's aimed for in the next 3 weeks, trying to do it.
I was surprised that she's got such a wide repertoire of things that she teaches. But I was
Mhm.
gonna say, as far as the videos go, the 10 videos, I think you're on the right track by making them less than a minute each, because I know Kimberly was asking like the other day if there are any social media hacks. The minute or less videos are a social media hack across the board. It doesn't matter
Yeah.
where you're at, like Instagram, Facebook,
True.
LinkedIn, YouTube, TikTok.
Yeah.
I'm sure
yeah,
I'm sure there's countless others out there, but yeah,
True.
everybody is all about the stories, the reels, the shorts. I've posted YouTube videos that are a minute and 3 seconds, and I've posted videos that are 57 seconds, and the difference in the viewership between those two are insane. So
Wow.
less than a minute.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think people are going,
especially if
I
you're
got a
posting on
minute.
YouTube.
Yeah, I think it's just, I've got a minute. I can
Yeah.
listen for a minute. But the moment that the
Yeah.
one shows up in front, it's just like the dollars. 99 cents, not $1.
Yes.
You know, it's
yes.
just that mentality, right? So the moment it's
cost
of
1
your
minute
time
and
instead
3
of money, yeah.
seconds, it's 1 minute and what? You know, oh, it's less than a minute. Okay, I'll watch. And yeah,
Yep.
those are the type of things to work with as well. So, you know, there's some things that I'm embracing, there's other things I'm resisting, but I think the point too is I'm doing more than I was doing. And then when we got into this thing this morning, it was like, well, I didn't really do it. I wasn't expecting that we had to do it for this week. All of a sudden she changed the focus, and it's like, oh, okay. So she worked with me as it was recorded, and we checked something out and saw what it was, and it's like, yeah, it's not quite what I want. But as I said, but I'm seeing these body systems, like, well, there's 10 body systems. All of a sudden, I've just got my 10 videos. And then she's going, well, that would be a great lead magnet, because it would lead to, first we were saying it would lead to a one-on-one with me to talk about your issues. But actually she said it will lead to a workshop. Like, and then that will lead to the one-on-one, because the workshop could still be free. And then the one-on-one could be either a certain dollar value or could still be free. But if they didn't jump to the workshop, then they're probably not the person to just jump onto a call with me, because I'll get cut tire kickers and, you know, oh, well, I wanted you to solve my problems in the 20 minutes, or, you know, things like that. So again, puts me into new aspects. Haven't done a workshop, haven't done a webinar, haven't done a this, haven't done a that, wasn't an author. You know, how many different things will I not be able to say at the end of the year? Well, I haven't done that, I haven't done that. It's like, did that, doing lots more of that, you know, building on this. It's just amazing. It's just
all in store for you.
yeah,
Yeah.
Here.
I'm really excited. And then Kim's got great ideas behind. She shared some with them already before, but it's just, you know, I think giving ourselves permission to grow and expand like this, and really blossom and get out there and be visible, right? When, you know, I've been in business for 35 years, but I played so small. And it's like, no, enough is enough. Enough's enough. Because if I don't build my business, I got to go work for at a part-time job. I don't want to
Yeah,
work
and
part-time.
Christine, speaking of playing small, and I'm not saying you're playing small, but when you talk about offering courses for free, might I
Sure.
suggest that
Yeah.
that you offer something, because there's an investment, even if it's something as small as
True.
even
Yeah.
$7, because
You're
at
right.
least people say, I'm gonna come because I paid $7.
Right.
That's
No,
what
you're
I've
right.
heard.
We had actually talked about that possibility as well. I want to find out if I can
Yeah.
do a quiz actually related to body systems. Everyone who does this quiz, you'll have access to my video, you know, the 10 videos, body system videos. Then if you go through there, what's your next step? What's your next step? And I've had so few next steps. And all of a sudden I've got, oh my goodness, I've got like 5 different potentials. And nothing is like $1,000. Nothing is even $500 yet. The most you're spending with me is 125, and that's Canadian. So it's, you know, it's not very expensive, but as I go, there will be more things. And then I will, again, be stepping into my value, and the prices will go up accordingly, because I'm still too inexpensive. But it's, at least you can work with me, you know, and you can grow with me as well. So you take advantage of when the prices are less expensive. And then as you're working with me, your body changes, you get more and more effective, you learn how your body works, you actually need me a bit less. So you used me when the prices were less expensive. And then as we move forward, it's like, well, share with your friends, but they started at that price. Your grandfathered in at this, or the prices have had to go up. It's just the way of life. And when you have 35 years of experience, yeah, you should be charging more than $125 for an hour session. So, but I'm not prepared. It used to be less expensive. Let's word it that way. Far too less expensive. I've grown. I've put some of that value there. And as time goes along, because again, I'll be an author. I'll be an author twice. Might even be an author fully by, the end of the year. I might be another one. So who knows how that's going to all go, right? So the more things you've got where they can visibly see where that experience is, not just me opening my mouth in a one-on-one. I got to get them to that.
Right.
And it's all these other things that'll get me there.
Yeah. Speaking of best-selling author, once you have that, you definitely need to capitalize on it by sharing it on social media, like have it be somewhere on your profile that you're a best-selling or an international best-selling author.
Yeah,
for sure.
And I do these vendor craft shows. Now, how long will I do them? I don't know. But for now, they're still a valuable part because I'm still allowing for another 20 people to come into my business, at least, to work with them. So when I do the shows, I can have something made up that's right there as well, which wasn't there at the table, previously. So I can't wait till the first show after I become a bestseller, number one bestseller, number one international bestseller, and have that at the table. And it's like, oh my goodness. And then I'll have my book there and I'll have, and it's like, oh my goodness, what are you doing? And then this one person, I'll have to still tell her, yeah, I've evolved again, since I saw you last. I'm even doing better yet. So, and she might want to actually be a client in one way or another. So it's just, sharing. She at least took more information, right? So you're feeding that little bit extra. So yeah, it's amazing. It's absolutely amazing. Anyways, I have now 5 minutes to spend with my husband and 5 minutes to be ready for my clients. So I do have to go now, and I need a drink of water because I'm going to talk for another 45 minutes on and off with her. So,
all right.
So I should be done by 9:30 at the latest with the consultations. What happens after that? Yeah, lots of other things to check off my to-do lists.
Well, good luck with that. I hope that goes well.
Yeah. Thank you again for all that you've done. I appreciate it. And it was great meeting you, Kim, and we will continue to do more. Yeah.
Definitely.
Great.
Right.
So I shall leave. Thank you.
Thank you, Kim.
Love it. Good night.
All right.
Bye.
Hey, bye-bye. Latara, I had a
Did you need to talk for a minute?
I just had a quick question before you go. So the
Sure.
all of the videos and everything, how long are they going to be up for the people that aren't paying for the VIP? Are they getting ready to go
until
down?
Sunday? Until Sunday, they'll be inside of the Facebook group and on that link that I shared.
Okay, we got a few days. Cool.
I'll paste it at the very end here so you can access it. author-authority.now.site.
Okay,
That
yeah.
has all of the replays and all of the links that the speakers were sharing.
Okay, all right. Well, then I guess that is it. I mean, this has been so amazing, Latara. I mean,
well, thank you for being here with me.
You did a great job.
You spent so much time with us here.
You really did an awesome job. And so, yeah, I'm looking forward to your future summits. I'll be there for the next one and whatever. So, yeah.
Awesome. Thank you.
Yeah. And I'll also try to remember to speak up more about it too when we're doing our thing with whatever, like when we're talking with Eugene and stuff like that, because this was really good. People could have gotten a lot out of it. I saw one girl from my power group, Monica, on here, but she was the only person I really saw. But it's just people don't know, and anybody could be an author and all this great information. I mean,
yeah, I guess I should have shown up last Monday when Monica was pushing me to go, and I was just like, oh, I have so much stuff to do. I should have gone just to share.
Oh, I didn't go
I mean,
either.
just to share the
I've had,
last few days of the summit.
yeah, it's just so good, so good. But anyway, all right. Well, thank you so much, and
All right. Well, thank
you
you.
know, we'll talk again soon.
Yeah, we'll connect soon. Reach out anytime.
Okay, take care.
All right. Thanks.
Bye-bye.
You too.
Bye bye.
Bye.